is, well, obviously Thursday, and we have the Colts and the Titans coming up. Full crew in the house tonight. We got Frank and Nate. And Nate, you even have a fantastic background there.
Yes, I do.
Zoom background is looking sensational. It almost looks like this is real.
It's the exact logo for the exact time for the exact night.
Perfect.
Football, baby.
Spot on.
Spot on, as Fran says. The Colts and the Titans. Titans coming in at 6-2. Colts at 5-3. These teams will play twice in the next 17 days in what is presumably going to decide the AFC South straight up at this point, as both Houston and the Jaguars have basically played themselves out of football for the remainder of the season. Phillip Rivers and the Colts coming in off a 24-10 loss to the Ravens last week, in which Phillip Rivers threw for 227 yards and an interception. What we're really looking for here tonight is for a Indianapolis Colts receiver to do something. Like, anything would be nice, as the receivers for the Colts have seemingly failed to just emerge. Although T.Y. Hilton is coming off a groin injury, so he should be back. That would make things interesting. And Phillip Rivers here, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions so far on the season. On the other side of things, Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans coming off a 24-17 win against the Bears, who I still don't believe are actually a good team. Although Derrick Henry was kept in check. We will monitor that throughout the night. Only 64 yards in the game against the Bears, and Tannehill 158. So these Titans aren't putting up spectacular numbers. Nick Foles for the Bears put up 335 yards and still managed to lose the game. But Nate, I think as you said, they're getting it done defensively. And Tennessee has managed to win close games. All right, gentlemen. The Colts and the Titans, give me your keys to the game here.
Well, obviously for the Titans, I think it's just like, keeping it all balanced, like, between the run and the pass. Obviously they got Derrick Henry, who is the second leading rusher in the NFL, and arguably, as many would credit to be like the best player in the NFL, best running back in the NFL, I mean. And for Tannehill, he's actually worked that to his advantage in play action game. And obviously, like, even without the play action, he's actually benefited very well. He's got 19 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions on the season. And while he didn't play very well last week, 10 of 21, completion percentage-wise, he did not throw an interception. That's been the one thing. He's been very good in taking care of the ball and obviously getting the ball to his playmakers, including guys like A.J. Brown, who is an emerging second-year wide receiver. So look for those 3 guys to go off, Tannehill, Brown, and Henry. And then as for the Colts, they got to rely solely on their defense, and for Phillip Rivers to not be turning the ball over and making mistakes, because their defense is arguably one of the best in football, if not the best in football, and they'll be looking to prove that here tonight once they go against this high-powered Titans offense.
Yeah, I mean, to echo those similar sentiments, you're basically looking at the quarterback comparison of you have Phillip Rivers with 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, and you have Ryan Tannehill that's only turned the ball over 3 times the entire year. The Colts, for a significant period of time, also, even with Andrew Luck and before that, their defense has been solid. They just really haven't been able to get an offensive weapon, someone at quarterback. Picking up the older Phillip Rivers may prove to actually be that for this case, but he has not really taken the ball over, or he's not taking care enough of the ball, and look to the Titans just to pound this away with Derrick Henry here.
All right, gentlemen, and that was almost an interesting reverse here off the kickoff as we have passed the 30 and out to the 34. The line for those of us who like to bet on such things was even tonight. Actually, it's the first time we've had an even line across these teams here on a Thursday night football game. Who are we taking?
Well, since it's an even line, and obviously I like what they have on offense for the Titans, I'm going to pick the Titans. They're at home. They have an explosive offense. I think they're going to be exposing this defense pretty well. Their defense is also going to get on the right foot, take advantage of Phillip Rivers. So I'm going to go with the Titans in this game.
Quick thing right here, Titans.
Fran is going to do some math. Frank is going to do some math before he comes up with his projection here as Ryan Tannehill rolls out on the bootleg and gets that one complete. And that will be a first down here to Blassingame, and a first down on the first play from scrimmage here for the Titans. I will go with the Titans as well, even though I really don't like them because of what they did to Tom Brady last season and ending Tom's magical career over there in New England with an interception / pick six / whatever the hell that was at the end of the playoff game. But I do think they are going to win this one tonight. Fran, going with the Titans as well?
Yeah, I was just looking at who these teams actually played last, as Ryan Tannehill's going to look to pass and get it completed over the middle. He's going to get some extra yards there, and he's going to get an easy 20-yard pickup there. And he actually didn't get down. It's a fumble. Unless he actually stopped movement, then yes.
The side judge there calling this down. That was A.J. Brown.
That was very close. And A.J. Brown, he's arguably one of like the better receivers when it comes to taking advantage of the play action and going on being a run after catch receiver. He takes advantage of mainly his go-to route being the in route, and obviously as you can see, he runs an in route right in between the linebackers in the DBs. He was able to get a huge chunk and was fortunate not to fumble the ball. And there seems to be an injury on this play.
Yeah, there seems to be an injured Colt on this play here, although we're going to get a replay on the potential fumble here as, that is where the injury is. A bit of a friendly fire here on the Colts. We're going to cut to commercial, and we will be right back.
And that should be a good, I don't know how many points, but points for my fantasy.
Do you have Brown?
I have A.J. Brown, yes.
I had to find a running back this week because Todd Gurley's on bye.
Todd Gurley's on bye.
Oh, my God. If I had McCaffrey, are you kidding me? Holy jeez.
Well, my go-to alternate would just be to get his backup. Get Mike Davis, baby.
Oh, yeah. But like the team is on bye, right? So I can't just get the backup for Carolina, for the Falcons, because it's Todd Gurley I have to replace.
Well, yeah. Well, your case is different than mine. I'm just
still
pissed
has
that freaking CMC
touchdowns.
is out. Yeah, because
wait, CMC's out again?
Yeah, his shoulder injury.
The shoulder, the right shoulder.
Yeah.
That's it. That's right.
He just shouldn't play this season, honestly. It's not even worth it at this point.
No. Yo, here's a fun fact. We're talking about the
he needs to come back. He needs to play. He needs to get my freaking fantasy team some damn points. When he came back, he won me the game. 37 points.
Oh, yeah. I lost too because McCaffrey played. It was on the opposite side, and I was like the 1 week. I mean, like, come on. He puts up 35 points or something. I lose the game. Yeah. Okay, so here's the fun for Carolina. I have some fun facts tonight. I got like 4 of them, all right? So apparently Teddy Bridgewater spent his birthday lunch at Olive Garden. So the question to the fellow... Pass?
No, I said that's gas.
Oh, the question to the fellow commentators is, where would you spend your birthday lunch? Would you agree also go to Olive Garden or pick somewhere else?
Depends what the deals are.
Dinner.
That's what the deals.
I mean, if they got free breadsticks and salad, yeah, I'm going there.
He said he had salad and breadsticks is what he had.
I would just go to my dinner, man. Shoot. I want a big meal. If I want to go do something for my birthday for lunch, I would go to McDonald's for God's sake. Just get like 3 freaking J Balvin meals or something crazy.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're back, everybody. We're talking about, first we're going to get to the potential injury here on the play. That is Willis and Rhodes, 2 cornerbacks. Cornerback here for the Colts who collided and presumably might have to go through concussion protocol on that one. Resuming the game here on the plus territory here, the handoff is to Henry, who has some room right in over the middle and goes up for 3 yards. We were commenting how CMC, because of our fantasy teams, is not going to get to play this week. And the question posed to the commentators was, if Teddy Bridgewater is such a fan of Olive Garden, where would you go spend your birthday lunch? And they agreed that Olive Garden was the place to go, apparently. So
I didn't agree entirely, but you know.
You wanted McDonald's.
I said I would go get a bunch of J Balvin meals from McDonald's for my lunch.
There you go. Here's their play. The play action that you've been calling for is Tannehill's going to try to scoot this out. Oh my goodness! And he gets brought down after about 5 yards. He's calling for a face mask, but doesn't look like it's going to get granted. Third down coming up here for the Titans, well within field goal range. And as you mentioned here, the Colts defense 3rd against the rush, 3rd against the pass, and 1st overall in the NFL.
Yeah, mostly I don't think I got to earlier, but I'm definitely going to be going with the Titans on this one. The Colts played the Ravens last week, and if you can't beat the Ravens after a Ravens matchup, then you're not a good team. So, next.
Is that because they're like all the like banged up players and
Yeah, why do you think it was a close game?
And that is a dart there. Nice throw actually by Tannehill to Corey Davis on the quick slant right off the line of scrimmage.
I mean, why do you think the Dallas game was so close? It's like literally because we went to war the last week, and like half of our players are so hurt, and they talk about it too. It takes like 2 to 3 weeks. Like the game after the Ravens game is the worst game you can possibly play, and like all the players agree on both sides too. So I mean, that's why we struggled so much in Dallas.
I was gonna bring that up. That is one of our halftime topics. You just got there before me. 3 for 3 for Tannehill.
Between those two teams.
And Henry here. No, Tannehill's going to roll out, and he's going to complete the pass. And that is an easy touchdown for Foreman.
Ooh.
Touchdown Titans to get on the board.
Yeah, the Derrick Henry owners over there not happy with that
Probably
one.
not happy with that.
Yeah.
I was
happy
actually
with that.
very confused about that formation at first because I saw Henry line up close, and I wasn't sure if that was a fullback or who, but as you can see here, they're lined up with Henry at fullback. They fake the handoff inside to Henry, and then they have Foreman roll out to the flat here. It's kind of like a spider 2 wide banana type concept, in homage to John Gruden, of course, since he loves to play. And he ended up going flat, wide open, easy touchdown, great start for the Titans.
Easy touchdown, easy point after, no drama there, and it's 7-0 Tennessee here in the early going. And commercial break.
That was like the fastest score ever.
Was the fastest
That was pretty quick, actually.
That legit had to be like 5 plays.
Yeah,
I don't actually think that was more than like 7 plays at all.
They made it look way
I don't
too
even think they ran
easy.
the football once.
No, yeah.
Henry did run it once.
I mean, they had like 4 yards, but that was like, it made it look like they moved it on the Seahawks. Come on, man. It's like I would have thought the Colts would have been able to get some kind of stop.
Yeah, they made it look too easy. I mean, Tannehill had like 60 yards passing on that drive, so that's basically.
They didn't even give it to Henry like several times, which I was kind of shocked by. But
Yeah, I have no fantasy implications at whatsoever in this game.
Interesting.
Like even the other team, my team, in both leagues, I don't have anything.
Let's see here. For me, the only fantasy implication I have is obviously A.J. Brown, and one of my opponent, he just has Stephen Gostkowski, which
Oh, that's been a roller coaster and a half.
Yeah, that's going to be such a roller coaster. He's going to be getting 12 points. Just watch out. I don't know. Speaking of Gostkowski, Ritz, what is your thoughts on him? Do you think he should have been cut earlier in the season, or do you think he's worthwhile to still have a job with the Titans?
Yeah, it was really curious because he was like the man in New England. Oh, by the way, you're playing me, Fran.
Oh, really?
In the other league. I guess you're talking about your other team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
but you should replace your kicker because your kicker is currently on bye.
Yeah,
so
I'll do that on Sunday.
Gonna do you a solid here and tell you to go replace your kicker.
It's not your job to tell him how to do his job.
Well, I'm trying to make it.
I'm gonna lose.
Hey, you gotta get an advantage.
I'm going for a fair match.
You gotta go for an advantage.
I'm gonna lose.
It's his responsibility to take his own team.
Like I've had to reach really deep, into the Houston Texans running back core to like Duke Johnson. Who knows, man? I don't even know.
Wait, Duke Johnson? Are you serious?
Yeah, because the other Johnson is out.
Wait, David Johnson. Well, Duke Johnson, in my opinion, he's okay.
Pretty good. Yeah.
He's good, but I mean, he's a decent third down guy. I don't see him to be a guy that you can rely on every single run and pass down.
Well, they're gonna have to at this point. So.
How bad is it for David Johnson?
Well, I think they said he's out today. So
for next
this
okay.
week, yeah. So.
Well, anyway, we got the kickoff, and we're gonna see
Yeah, we do.
Phillip Rivers, and hope to see he doesn't throw a pick on the first drive. And
Actually, Phillip Rivers has had decent stats against the Titans in his career. He was 70% completion percentage against the Tennessee Titans, and has 7 wins against the Titans as a Charger. Now, as a Colt, who knows at this point? But Rivers alone in the backfield, 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom, and the man in motion here is Jonathan Taylor. Actually now sneaks into the backfield with Rivers. And Rivers will look to throw this one to Taylor, and that will be actually enough for a first down. That's a really easy first down there.
Hello, 1 million baseball cards in YouTube chat. How are you doing today? If you want to watch the actual live game footage, head over to twitch.tv/reallifesports, and you can just actually watch the game itself along with our commentator.
In the description of the video, actually, and Jeff Bezos saying he misses Phillip Rivers, presumably perhaps a Chargers fan there, as Phillip does complete his first pass. Former Chargers fan, right? Yes.
Why would you?
Right.
Really? You miss Phillip Rivers? You got
Well,
like
he was
the
kind of
greatest
like the franchise
QB.
quarterback.
Yeah, like one of the greatest young QBs in the league, and Justin Herbert. I'd be so happy.
We have a lot of Justin Herbert fans, and by a lot I mean 2.
I mean, he hasn't done anything yet to prove
he hasn't
me
done
wrong.
anything in terms of winning, but as far as his production,
Potential.
Well, that's what I was
everything.
gonna say. He just hasn't won yet.
Yeah, I mean,
but
he's
it's
only
getting.
like
It's about
yeah.
to flip. I mean, it's getting there.
Yeah,
Right?
but
They
that
gotta
winning
kind of
thing, that's a coaching thing. That's not all on him.
The handoff here, and that is almost enough for a first down. They're going to come up just a yard short. The handoff there was to Jonathan Taylor, and yep, a yard short. Let's go, Monty Cheese. Oh yeah, for sure. Pretty happy with Herbert. I mean, you got to be happy with Herbert. I think we got some. Do I have some stats on? Do I have some Herbert down here? On my look, I mean, look at this: 326 yards and two touchdowns as Taylor runs into the pile.
He got butt fumbled without the fumble.
Oh, that
did they fumble?
No, he got
but-
without the fumble. He ran into
without the fumble.
Yeah, he ran into the back of one of his friends there.
Colts looking to perhaps go for it on fourth down. Actually, did you guys see that the competition committee is considering a rule change for fourth down?
No, I
Earlier
actually
this
did
week?
not
No.
say that. I did not say
Yeah,
that. What was
so
the ruling?
so the number of fourth down attempts this season is up by about 7% or so. And anyway, there's decidedly more teams going for it on fourth down as the Colts are looking to do that here. And so the concept would be instead of going for an onside kick, you can take what is effectively a 4th and 15 from your own 25. And if you make it, if you get to the 40, you retain the possession. And if you screw it up, then the other team will take over wherever you screw it up, essentially.
That's
you happen
rule.
to land. So
Yeah, they
instead
tried
of
to
the
do that back
onside
in the
kick,
Pro Bowl.
They should not do that.
instead of the onside kick, it would be a 4th and 15, and that would be an option, a kickoff option, essentially.
But like 4th and 15 for some teams is like 40-50%.
Pretty guaranteed.
Yeah. Like that's way too high of a percentage for them to like actually be able to convert that. And you like you can't take the same statistics of like fourth down conversions like 4th and 1s either because it's not like they're not actually like they will have plays that are specifically designed to go 15 yards for it. I'm going to disagree.
But see here, fourth down conversions this season, 8 of 13 so far for the Colts. It's just sort of, and here is the handoff to Taylor, and he's going to, oh yes, he will make it here.
Well, I think people also need to understand the fact that like data and analytics is starting to take like a larger role in sport, and you've seen a lot of older coaches leave and go bye-bye. Now you have a lot of younger coaches. You have the Shanahans of the world, the Kingsburys of the world. These guys are all have someone that's grinding numbers upstairs. Be like, yeah, you have a 60% chance to go for this. Like you need to go for fourth.
The Rams coach McVay.
Like we don't have old coaches in the league really that much anymore, and all those old coaches in the league have adapted to those statistics to be able to make those calls.
That was Jordan Wilkins for a yard.
Plus, not to mention too, you got a lot more talented, willing players that are like looking to go for it until they can be able to finish off opportunities on their drives to end up with points for positive EPA. If you want to go by analytics standpoints, EPA will get you the highest efficiency and the highest chances of winning. And as T.Y. Hilton gets a nice catch,
Yeah, I think I had him on my team for like 3 weeks, and he never caught a pass.
Well, he was out last week again with a groin injury,
Yeah, I
so he
dropped
did
him.
not play against the Ravens.
Waste my time.
But
Yeah.
actually, here's a
Yeah, it
funny
was
thing
awful.
too. As great as T.Y. Hilton has been throughout his career, he's not the leading receiver of this team. You want to know who is the leading receiver?
Go for it.
Zach Pascal, number 14 of the Colts, is the leading receiver for the Colts.
And Rivers is going to pass this one over the middle and complete that, and it will go to Ali Cox here, number
Yes.
81. Mo Ali Cox out of
VCU playing
VCU.
basketball.
I was going to say, wait a second. I feel like I've heard
I actually
this
saw him all the time
in
play
the NCAA.
VCU in Richmond all the time. He definitely was too big for the basketball court.
Yeah, so he's now doing the like the Jimmy Graham thing, right?
Yeah, he's done the Jimmy Graham and Antonio Gates type deal. Also, Tony Gonzalez, if you want to.
Tony
Yeah, I think
Gonzalez,
Tony
yes.
Yeah.
Watch the blitz off the right side. They run to the left of the line here and are able to get about 3 yards on the ground on second down. That was Jordan Wilkins there. As we have a bit of an extended drive here for the Colts. As you guys were saying when we went to commercial break, the Titans were like, just scored, looked like almost instantly. And here the Colts, very methodical drive on the other side. 3rd and 1, play action. Rivers dropping back. Rivers off his back foot. That was off balance, and it's going to go out of bounds.
If he was actually able to float that ball in between Mo, Ali Cox, he actually had an opening there, but he decided not to take it, and I would expect him to continue going for 4th down here.
Yeah,
I
I was
think
almost expecting the same thing because Ali Cox was going open in the flat, and like for him to extend it, I didn't really expect that to even happen, considering he's not a very mobile quarterback, and obviously had Jadeveon Clowney coming into his face, so that's not really going to be an easy mission for success. And now they're going to go for 4th and 1 again. It seems like.
Yeah, I think at this point, you've already gone for it once. I mean, you could kick the field goal here, but about 45 yards, and that's Wilkins, and he will fail
Will not get
the
there.
4th down. There is no way.
He
He
will
barely made
definitely
it back
not
to the
get
line
there.
of scrimmage.
That got completely blown up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Clowney was
first one,
the first one to be in there.
the first one almost got blown up too.
Yeah, and obviously,
yeah.
as I mentioned, Jadeveon Clowney, who has not produced much this year, he has no sacks on the season, still able to show his disruptiveness and be able to blow up that play and make a 4th down stop.
And it was actually Malcolm Butler, ex-Patriot, who ends up coming up with that big stop there too. So, hit the commercial break here on the Twitch side of things. Of course, if you're on the YouTube broadcast, welcome in, and great to have everybody here. Jump over to the Twitch side if you'd like, when we're not going through the commercials, to view the actual game itself. The commercials are not our fault. It's part of the deal that comes with the territory doing this with the NFL. But as we were talking about earlier, we were talking about Justin Herbert because we had a Chargers fan in chat. 326 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Las Vegas Raiders and John Gruden. And they almost had the game-winning touchdown. It would have been 3 touchdowns, including the game winner, except for the pass being ruled incomplete upon review. So,
Yeah, I mean,
tough out there.
if you're looking at most of the losses from the Chargers side of it, a lot of it is actually giving up blown leads, and some of it is having to come back. So you're actually almost looking at like an Atlanta Falcons type ordeal over there.
Oh no! The Atlanta invoking the Atlanta Falcons.
Surprisingly, they
It's
actually
a lot
had
of
more
from behind.
16-plus point leads being blown away than the Falcons themselves, actually. Not that
Wait,
I remember.
really?
That's what I saw. They blew, I think, 4 16-point-plus leads in a row, I believe.
Wow.
One of them they won, but still, they gave up that many games before they had that kind of lead.
Oh, and then they got it back afterwards.
Yeah,
is what you're saying, yeah.
Basically, yeah. That was against the Jaguars, and that was the only game that they won with Herbert, but every other one, it's basically just been a complete disappointment. besides him beasting as he has throughout this whole season. So
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are sort of right. They're like right on the cusp. They've definitely found something within their quarterback, Herbert, here. And they just need to sort of put the pieces together around him so that you don't actually blow a, 4 16-point leads in late in games. As we've come back to Nissan Stadium here in Nashville, Tennessee, as the Tennessee Titans will take over on downs, up 7-0 here with 6:54 to go in the first quarter. A decent-looking drive for the Colts. They had to go for it twice on fourth down. Didn't get it the second time, as the Titans take over again after their lightning-quick score on their first possession. Let's see what they've got cooked up for us, as Henry is deep in the backfield on the power I, and that pitch will be to Henry.
Ooh,
oh my goodness! Who gets blown up.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
You're not really going to be able to take Derrick Henry down chest to chest, but if you can just grab his knees and trip him up, that's all you got to do.
Julian Blackman just, woo!
yeah, and honestly, that's kind of like the key way if you want to bring down a big back like him. I mean, I remember when I played football, we played quite a bit of big backs in the day, and they said that if you tackle him high, there's no chance you're going to bring him down. Yeah, when you tackle him low, there's a greater chance there. That's textbook. So great tackle, great play by Julian Blackman.
Right over the middle is Jonnu Smith, and that will complete for about 5 yards here on second down. 3rd and 6 actually coming up for the Titans. As we get a shot of Jadeveon Clowney here, as you were mentioning, not quite the production that we're used to this season, but he did end up blowing up that 4th-point play deep in Titans territory. As Tannehill will take this from the gun. 3 receivers to the ball. That's a false start. False start. At the top
on
of the
tackle
line.
on the left.
Yep.
Left tackle.
Yep. The tackle there, number 70, Sam Barrio.
It's going to make this a little more difficult.
Braylo?
Down
Yeah,
here.
Sam
Oh,
Borrello.
man.
That's
I don't have the pronunciation sheet in front of me. I just have names. Braylo, there you go.
I listen to way too much of that stuff. And yeah, Sam Borrello, he's the backup left tackle, actually taking over the place of the 3-time Pro Bowler Taylor Lewan, who unfortunately a few weeks ago tore his ACL and has had to have Sam Borrello take over his place, and it's going to be a big hole to fill for that Titans offense.
I think he almost false started again as Tannehill airs this one out on the side.
Oh my God! He
dropped it.
Wait a second! It was in his hands.
It was, and he dropped it. Oh my gosh, that
Wait.
was 6.
Wait, what?
Dude, he flat out dropped it. Yeah, so he's man-to-man man coverage, and he was just trying to get off the jam, get off the press of Xavier Rhodes. He did just that, and then by the time he gets his hands right on the football, and it's a perfectly placed ball, even under pressure by DeForest Buckner did Tannehill, he ended up dropping it. That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it's actually really
cost
disappointing.
me 6 fantasy points. Damn it.
Wow. Yeah, I was ready to call like a catch, and here's Brown,
Oh
but
my
like
goodness.
had to change that one mid-flight as Hines comes in with a fair catch. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
If that was DK, that would have been 6.
Tannehill,
It's literally it was in the breadbasket.
That was right on the
It
money.
was perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Now, as I said, I'm not the biggest Tannehill fan, but that was a
That was
really,
not. That was.
a
totally
really
not his
good
fault.
throw.
You know the funny thing? I've been talking about this with like several fans on like social media. They talk about like, you know, comparing AJ Brown and DK Metcalf, and they talk about, oh, DK is like not even better. It's all because of his quarterback. It's like, okay, AJ Brown just like, you know, was wide open right here. Quarterback's not Russell Wilson, but that was a beautiful throw. And guess what he did? He freaking dropped it.
He freaking drops it. He dropped.
Yeah, he
I feel like
dropped it.
DK is a bit bigger though. Like,
No,
I don't
he's
know,
a lot bigger, but like
DK 's
then
just like
again,
a monster
like
moving
he's
around.
a lot. They're actually both similar in terms of size and speed and build. Like you talk about DK 6'3", 235. You talk about AJ, he's 6 foot, 225 pounds. He's kind of like Anquan Bolden if you want to look at it that way. But you know they come from obviously same build, same stature, same speed, also same school. Believe it or not, they're both from Ole Miss, both second-round picks. both well capable of making a play, which we just somehow saw as a drop. So
Wow. Okay, I'm still a bit in shock because like that was
yeah.
wow.
And I mean, honestly, when I watch this film, I see how better probably he is in terms of change of direction and occasionally with his hands. But that one was just probably his worst drop that I've seen. Like, he's dropped passes, like, this season. I think he's dropped at least, like, 2 or 3. But that was his worst so far that I've ever seen in his last 2 seasons.
As the Colts managed to absolutely dodge a bullet there.
Oh, man. Well, that's going to keep their defensive stat ranking pretty much alive.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Gonna come out of commercial here in about 30 seconds would be my guess.
That would have been, I'm trying to remember, how far, where were they lined up at? I think they were like at the 29-yard line.
They had only made, I don't even think they had made a first down yet.
Oh, the Colts?
No, the Titans on that
No,
one.
the Titans. Yeah, that's what I was meaning. It's like
They hadn't even made a first down. It was
hadn't made a
3rd and
first
11. So they made like 40. They were basically at like the 30. Yeah.
Yeah, they were at the 30. It would have been a 70-plus yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And instead, it ended up being a drop and a 3-and-out.
It would have been 14 points for you, just like that.
That would have been 14 points easily.
Easy. As the Colts have just dodged a massive. I'm talking about like a ball-shaped bullet. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man.
Hines off to the right there for a few yards on first down. It's 9 yards on first down as it's a quick handoff again, and he decides to go left, and he's still up and running.
Goodness.
The 45. Oh, and he's going to take like 5 Titans to bring him down, and they are going to blow the play dead there at the 45. Great piece of running. Colts seemingly trying to establish the run game here early on, while the Titans are getting it done through the air.
Yeah, and if there's one area that you really want to establish a run at, it's to the left side of this line. Their offensive line, starting with Quentin Nelson, number 56, their left guard, is probably one of the best lines out there, and he's arguably the best left guard, if not the best guard in general, in the entire National Football League. So if you want to be able to run a ball, run it behind big number 56.
And an empty backfield here as Rivers slings it out to the outside to T.Y. Hilton. That should be good for about 9, maybe 8. I always feel like Rivers' release is so odd.
Yeah, he's got like this slight little sidearm flick. It's not like, it doesn't look like he's trying to do like a full force motion. It's just like, a slight little flick with the wrist, but it's effective. It's able to get to where you need to be, and sometimes it can be like one of the prettiest dimes that you've ever seen from any NFL quarterback.
Don't you feel like he looks like he's throwing a baseball?
Kind of almost looks like he's throwing with his elbow as opposed to his whole arm.
Yeah.
When you look at it sometimes. It's pretty unique.
Yeah. Hines gets the first down there. 3 yards on second, bring up 1st and 10 on the plus side of the field here now. Yes, it is the plus territory. As Rivers 5 of 6 for 43 yards so far on the night.
How far? Yeah, and surprisingly, they have 9 times more yards than the Titans do. So far in this first quarter.
And Rivers complete across the middle to his tight end there, Burton. And that is going to go for 9 yards. Second and short again. This is definitely in range of when Rivers might be able to take a shot to the end zone on 2nd and 1. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing a lot more of like a hurry-up type approach right here. They have not done that much huddle-ups on this drive, and it seems to work pretty effectively wearing this defense out.
1-on-1 T.Y. Hilton at the bottom. Franny, you were going to say?
No, I was actually just going to make a comment. Phillip Rivers never actually, clicks in his chin strap. I don't know if it's something.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's actually something he does it on purpose, so he actually gets more like flags and calls against him, so it like comes off way easier. But he never actually clicks it, which is kind of funny.
I was wondering if that was just like maybe he just forgot this drive. We will monitor throughout the game.
I've actually never noticed that. I'll have to look at all his games and see if I pick up that detail.
Check out the bump and run coverage, perhaps down at the bottom. Again, T.Y. Hilton 1-on-1. Titans looking like they might bring pressure here. They only end up rushing 4. And across the middle again, it's complete
Zach
to
Pascal.
Pascal. And that is out across down at the 13-yard line here.
It's pretty high-paced passing offense here from the Colts. Not something I necessarily would have expected.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily something you would see, especially with a guy like Phillip Rivers. You would never expect him to go and do this much high-tempo offense, but as you see here, they take advantage of it, and they do a little drag mesh concept with Pascal going up in the seams, racing away from Desmond King and getting in front of the linebacker and be able to pick up just enough yards for the first.
Rivers surveying here. Titans rushing 4. Rivers is going to go for the end zone. We're just going to put that one over the head of Pascal. And I don't think
came
that
out
really
of
had a
his
shot.
arm weird.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's like every
I mean,
No, that one was like actually
motion.
that one was like actually wobbly though.
Yeah, but I think it was because of Clowney coming from the back side, maybe. I mean, I guess, like, part of him coming that quickly off the edge was what threw off the throw.
Let's see.
See right here. No, I think. Oh, no, that's the last
it's another.
one.
That's another one. That's the play before.
Wrong replay.
Yeah, wrong replay. Rip F. Empty backfield here for Rivers as the play clock ticks down, and Titans once again bringing 4. It's another completion
That's a nice play.
out across to Pittman, and they will be short of the first down here at around the 7-yard line.
Yeah, you can see right at the beginning of that play too. Phillip Rivers yells at Jonathan Taylor to run that vertical route to be able to move the defender off of that to open up the space for this pass right here. Beautiful, just awareness and pretty much just expertise and experience from Phillip Rivers on that play.
Yeah, it's crazy that you see the throwing motion there. Usually, you're taught to come over at the top of the
He
ball.
sidearm throws all the time.
Sidearm throws.
It's
yeah.
such an awkward throw.
He's a
motion,
sidearm
but
thrower.
It works.
It's weird.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
it works. And here we go, 3rd and 3.
Well,
Oh,
then Wilkins. Oh man.
Not quite. Wilkins was thinking about how he was going to get blown up as soon as he caught the ball and decided not to. Self-preservation, perhaps here.
Yeah, I mean, he had one-on-one on the outside.
Woo!
He kind of hesitated as soon as, like, the ball was arriving, and he saw all the traffic inside. And I guess, like, in his mind, he kind of had to stop to make sure he was able to get into possession and that Rivers would be able to read that, put it right on him. And unfortunately, went to on front, wasn't able to get a catch, and now they got to settle for 3 here.
Rodrigo for the field goal here from the 20. It's a 24-yard attempt. They're going to kick it from the 14. And this one is up and easy. Good. There by
Power
Rodrigo.
of the goggles. There we go.
There you go. Making it happen. 3-7. Titans ahead here in the first on Thursday Night Football. We'll be right back. I actually timed that one perfectly.
That was I couldn't even see the ball, so good thing you caught it before me.
Hey, if you guys are on the YouTube side of things, hop over to the Twitch side. Just click on the just the info, and then the link is right there, and y'all can watch the real live footage on the Twitch side of things.
Funny thing with Rodrigo Blankenship, I wasn't really even sure he would even make it into the NFL, believe it or not.
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is that, like, he was pretty solid in college, but I was just curious as to, like, whether
Is he the one who played
the
for
league.
Georgia?
Yeah,
He was the guy who played for Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was good in Georgia and everything. He was arguably the best kicker in the entire NCAA, but I was just curious as to, like, how he would actually fit in the NFL, considering all the circumstances, and then probably questioning whether his vision might have anything to do. I'm not really sure, but, like, I was instantly shocked that both he made it to the league and then he also beat out Adam Vinatieri. You know what I mean?
Well, but Vinatieri is not on a team anymore, is he?
Yeah, no,
retired?
he got beat. No, he's not retired, or at least he's not officially retired. But
Really?
he beat him out in training camp.
Wow. I
Yeah.
thought Vinatieri was, like, as Fran said, just like done and retired, is like went to his farm or something. like
Wait,
or just like
does he have a farm?
like the beach resort or like an island and like I don't know. Yeah.
Probably, like, his own little
Are
island.
the
with
goggles
storage.
prescription goggles?
Yeah,
I would
it is.
believe so.
Yeah, they are.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like Ed Dickerson.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, the goggles. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's probably the same thing
Huh.
basically.
Hey, if it
Actually,
works,
no,
man.
the best glasses that I've seen. Uh, Brian Greasy, or what? Bob Greasy. Yeah, he had like literally bifocals on his eyes with a football helmet on him during his playing days. It was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it's odd because a lot of I feel like kickers in college are like the weakest link on a lot of teams. Like it's really hard to find a good college kicker.
I know.
But like
his playing days. It's like why they still have to stay at the 2-yard line as opposed to like the NFL. Like
a lot of I feel
a lot more challenging in that aspect.
But here, I mean, to his credit, Blankenship, he was 17 of 19 right before that, and now 18 of 20. I mean, so he's at 90% for the season on the 24-yard field goal. As the Colts managed actually to come away with some points here on that drive. 3-7 so far as the kickoff is going to be a touchback. Akon in the chat. Sup, nerds?
What's up,
yes.
Akon?
What's up,
nice
Akon?
To see you had a good stream on Tuesday there, buddy.
Indeed, although we have to get him the LED lights because his background is too dark. He needs like really funny LED, like fun colors or something.
Yeah, I need to get myself something decorative too.
Well, I mean, you've got your Thursday Night Football.
I got my Thursday Night Football logo, but
there you go. All right, the Titans going to pick this one up here on the third drive of the evening as Derrick Henry alone about 8 yards deep in the backfield. And he will get the handoff, and Henry's going to go right up the middle, jump it outside here at the 30 and down at the 32. Just short of the first down. I think this will take us down to the end of the first quarter. Then we will take another commercial break, and the teams will flip sides. Or the Titans will decide to run another play.
Yeah, and he was very fortunate that he got tackled by the legs. If he had not gotten his leg, that would have been house call, honestly. That was
he looked like he had a full head of steam there. As the Titans are not going to get this play off here.
Yeah, they're doing it on purpose. Oh, what?
Wait, what?
Pretty sure there have been triple zeros on the clock for a while.
That's like at least 3 seconds.
Yeah, the linebackers for the Colts are like, what? They didn't even play the down.
Yeah, I mean, Darius Leonard, as you see, he's yelling at the officials, and obviously
Phillip Rivers can't believe it either. Like, this play should not happen.
Yeah,
like, what are they doing?
I don't even understand that, but
also at the same time, they got like 1 yard, so it may be better off they let it stand.
Yeah, just let it stand.
It really wasn't
but
that
bad.
We
don't know what's going to happen now. I mean, statistically and analytically, who do you think is going to get the ball next?
Yeah, Derrick Henry's just going to go.
There you go. So everybody just go engage 8 right at the line of scrimmage. It's like an easy call.
So I've been very curious because this is like especially through the last year has kind of been like an ascension, if you will, for Derrick Henry. I mean, he was good, for sure at Bama.
Oh, he was damn good. He was
really
good.
I mean, he's been in the league now. This is his fifth season. It really was only like last season where he just took over.
Oh yeah, I mean, first couple of years he was limited in his role because many people will forget that Derrick Henry was actually the backup to DeMarco Murray for his first year and a half. Yeah, his first 2 seasons. Yeah, he came over from Dallas, and then he went to at least he went from Dallas to Philadelphia, and then Philadelphia down to Tennessee, and then he retired after 2017. But yeah, he came in and he was their backup for a while, and then 2018 he started to get a full-time role. Wasn't really getting going the first half of that season. Then he took off. Starting with the Jaguars, if you guys remember that 99-yard touchdown that he had. And then ever since then, he's basically been the man. He's been King Henry.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for the I totally forgot that that's kind of like has been his path. But yeah, I mean, he is now a bona fide star in the NFL, for sure. I mean...
Yeah, and it's just kind of unfortunate that even with that success, people were still labeling him as a bust, from beforehand. It's like, guys, let's not forget there's another all-pro running back that was his teammate. So take it easy. The dude is just getting started, and now we see what he's blown into right now. So.
Yep. For those of you joining us on the YouTube side of things, make sure to jump over to the Twitch side. We are currently in a Twitch commercial as the game is actually just coming out of the commercial now. The game is about to start the second quarter, and we are looking at this bizarro play that the clock has been stopped for a good 3 seconds, and they let them snap the ball.
Yeah, like the game clock
They
has just
restarted
completely
it,
like
okay.
gone that. Yeah, now they restarted and back at 2nd and 2 now, and you can almost guarantee it's Henry time.
Yeah, so here we're gonna try this again. As there you saw Willis just drop back into coverage. So there's a safety high here that you can't see, and that is going to be Derrick Henry trying to go right, and he just gets stuffed.
Completely stopped.
Colts were ready for it. I guess that's what happens when you don't run the play after the clock expires.
Yeah, and it was kind of an easy read, honestly, for me, because I saw they motioned the tight end over to the right side, making it 2 tight ends and a receiver on the one side of the formation, and it was a pretty easy call for them to see they're going to be running strong side, and that's normally where most runs would go to, so they're able to surge on over. Both Darius Leonard and Tracy Walker would make the tackle, and great stop by them, and now they're at 3rd and 2.
Henry out for this play, trips receiver formation to the bottom as they motion across Fursker. And Tannehill's going to go over the middle to said tight end, and that will be a first down. Good for about 4 yards, but that's all they needed. They only needed 2. And Tannehill and the Titans going to keep on moving as Henry will presumably come back. And he does.
Yeah, and I saw A.J. Brown one-on-one press coverage with Xavier Rhodes, and surprisingly, he did not throw it to him because I guess he didn't trust him, after the last drop. So
Nate is like a hawk for A.J. Brown right now.
I am
for
a
his
complete
fantasy
hawk for
point.
A.J.
Wherever
fantasy
A.J.
points.
is, he
I
will
need
find
A.J.
him.
Brown. I will find him.
Here's the play action
Like
for
Liam
Tannehill.
Neeson.
He's going to go down in the
Oh,
backfield. It's a
goodness.
sack at the 30. Oh,
Flag
is
on
that
the
going to be a
play.
high hit?
I think
or
that's.
Didn't see a flag in the backfield. I'm assuming it might be in the secondary, but let's see.
Yeah, it's
I
a
can-
holding. Yeah, that's what it was.
holding defense.
it's
Yeah.
old. No, it's a
On the
5-yard
defense,
penalty.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, TJ.
I
Carey
thought it
comes
was
in.
slightly high, but
Yeah. No, I mean, you're allowed to do that as long as you don't hit him around, the head or neck area, of
that's
course.
the
but
call.
That's the. I don't know.
Maybe
about
on the
that.
reverse angle if there's a jersey grab,
I mean, I
but
guess
that
he's
was
probably
really
grabbing
weird.
the
That's
back,
a-
but that's a very
That's
soft call.
yeah, that's a ghost.
That's a good.
Just like,
Coming across in motion there was
Uh-oh, he's
Raymond.
got ahead of steam.
As Henry has
Oh
it,
my
yes he does, and
goodness,
he's got the
Derrick Henry.
outside. Henry to the 40.
oh man,
That is a beautiful run.
that's a.
So
freaking
I'm not saying I
fucking
would ever want to
downhill.
do this to Derrick Henry, considering what he would do to you afterwards. But you can totally jump and grab onto his ponytail,
Grab
right?
the hair. Yeah, totally legal.
That's totally legal.
It is legal, but it would be harder to grab as opposed to the dreads. And interestingly enough, I was listening to a podcast a couple days ago where he was actually featured on there, and he talked about why exactly he braids it up that way. And he says it's an easier advantage for him to not get tackled by the hair because he had that happen through high school and college.
There
He
you
could
go.
also just shave his head.
That too.
Yeah, but you got style.
Or-
Tannehill with
or
a play
like-
action. Oh, Tannehill will get it
Ooh.
off.
Or he could just not have long hair.
or he could, just kind of, I don't know, make like a huge
Like the Cam Newton thing.
braided afro. Yeah,
Yeah.
do the Cam Newton thing. Yeah.
Guys, you have to be eligible for the Head and Shoulders commercial. I mean,
I
that-
don't. He doesn't. You know how that hair works, right? You don't wash that hair.
You don't want the hair.
So
When it comes to
there is
dreads,
no
you
Head
don't
and
wash
Shoulders
the hair.
commercial for him.
all right. Well, maybe at the end of this.
They will probably disband the dreads.
That ain't how
maybe.
dreads work. Yeah.
He just goes from dreads to.
Henry going off the left side here, only 2 yards on this play.
Now, if we want to talk about who needs Head and Shoulders, Troy Polamalu was a great representative for that company.
Well, there
By
you
the
go.
way, best commercial in recent years.
Yeah.
In my
I totally
opinion.
agree.
Here's
Him and
the
Patrick Mahomes in that commercial is hilarious.
bit of an unsteady production, perhaps here for
Yeah.
Henry.
It's also it depends on what he's going against. I mean, I know one of those stat games was against the Steelers, and I mean nobody's gonna run against the
Nobody,
Steelers.
yeah.
So
No, definitely not.
Ooh, Tannehill gets this one outside to Batson, who is properly put on the floor by Willis here. That was a great tackle. 4th and 5 coming up, and it looks like the Titans.
I shall say.
Yeah, the Titans will have to punt this one away.
Yeah,
Unless
they were trying to do a.
They're going to attempt a field goal.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be a long one.
I just dropped him. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no. Okay. Wait, but Gostkowski is perfect from 50 plus. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Plus he's let's see if he gets this in.
Yeah,
it's
he's
right
still
down
perfect.
the middle.
Yeah, we were talking during commercial about Gostkowski's troubles, and like, cause as a Patriots fan, I followed him very closely. But that one is perfect from 50 plus. He's hit 8 or something now from
Dude,
50
it's a
plus.
beast
There you
from
go.
long range.
10-3 here, Tennessee on top on Thursday Night Football here live on Twitch. So there you go. Just run him out.
Short field goals. This seems to be his issue. I'm trying to remember. Is it farsightedness? Is it farsightedness or is it nearsightedness where you can't see out?
Farsighted. It's the opposites. So.
Yeah. So basically, if you're farsighted, you can see far, but you can't see close up, and vice versa.
No,
Yep.
like farsighted is
no.
I can't see things that are close to my eyes. Nearsighted is I can only see
far
things.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Nearsighted
mean.
is I can
so it's
only
like
see.
So he's farsighted for that case.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe that explains his success in 50+ kicks. Probably.
Yeah, he struggles heavily with that. I think that's weird.
Yeah, I remember watching like the Denver game, and I was just like, "How did you freaking miss that?" It's like even it's like 3 of them that were like gimmies, and I just like couldn't help but shake my head. It's like, how does he miss that one, and how does he still have a job? Like,
I mean, I was incredibly surprised after that first week. I mean, granted, because it was week 1, I was like, okay, well maybe you give them like till week 2, but he was also missing kicks in week 2.
Yeah, and then then he seemed to have redeemed himself when they played the Titans. The Titans. What am I saying? What's that team called? The Vikings. The Vikings. Yeah. He had like 4 or 5+ kicks and made every single one of them. So I guess like that kind of redeemed him and put him back on top. But like that first one, I was kind of surprised that they even gave him another shot, considering that Bill Belichick didn't want to give him another shot after a pretty miserable year last year. So
Was it that bad?
well, I mean, he was pretty okay. It wasn't really that great. He's kind of fallen off in the last 2 years he was there. But part of it also too is that I think he was also injured, so they wanted to move on from him.
10-3 coming back to Nashville, Tennessee off the 50-yard Gostkowski. Field goal is good there on that final possession, on that last possession rather. And Tennessee will kick it off. Gostkowski.
Yeah, surprisingly, he has missed multiple kicks this year on rather short kicks, under 40 yards on the season, but 50+ yards, he is perfect, which is something you don't normally see from a lot of kickers nowadays.
This is going to be taken out from the end zone and down at the 20, so basically a push. 34. I don't have a 30 from Rodgers, the quarterback, who actually ends up playing on special teams too. What is Mike Pereira talking about here?
Anybody
cracks me
can
up.
anybody lead rips?
Mike, what do you got? What do you got for us, Mike?
I guess they might be talking about that whole clock management thing, where they didn't stop the play.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was talking about. Yeah.
He might be talking about that.
Hines in the backfield now. Indianapolis going through its 3 running backs, Wilkins, Hines, and Taylor tonight. As Rivers gets this sidearm throw out to Hines, and Hines is going to power up ahead. He's got the first down, and he's got 2 more yards. Yes, 12 yards on first down, out past the 32.
Yeah, that was a really good play design. They faked the screen to the left, and then they throw back over to the right, and they had both their right tackle and all-pro guard Quentin Nelson going out in front, and he's a favorite guy who Naeem Hines actually says that 95% of the time, or at least every single time he looks for 56 to run behind, and 95% of the time, even if he messes up in his read, he ends up being right. So 56 is his guy. Obviously, he showed right there.
Across the middle, and Hines can't come up with that one. Bit of a dangerous pass, and it was behind Hines there.
Yeah, that's something that, like, you gotta, blame Phillip Rivers on. Like, it's really good of, like, a pass. Actually, no, it looks like it might have been
tipped. Deflected.
It was. The fingertips there, yep.
Yeah, Jeffrey Simmons was able to get his hands up.
Rush yards now evening out. Remember, the Colts had significantly more, about 4x the number of rush yards, but Henry has been getting it going on the ground as Rivers going to hand that one off to Hines, and Hines is going to go left. And it's going to be a good run here on second down. You got 3rd and 2 coming up for the Colts.
Yeah, so far the yards are evening out. It should be double the number of yards for passing yards for the Titans, except for one particular play, which I'm not particularly happy about.
Titans looking like they're going to bring pressure, and they back out of this one. Rivers going deep. Oh, he's got a man! Wide open there, down to the 30.
Woo! What a nice pitch and catch there.
Pittman.
Yeah, this is a really good play right here because they run a little cross concept with T.Y. Hilton going deep over on the safety 24, Kenny Vaccaro, and then they have an underneath crossing route with Michael Pittman Jr., son of former running back Michael Pittman from the Buccaneers. Was able to get wide open in the seam and get a nice chunk play right there.
From the 30 now, Rivers. Oh, that is popped up as a tip
throw.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
Not good.
I literally thought that was going to be a pick six, but the lineman.
Yeah, the lineman was going to take that one to the house here. You see, he's looking for it.
Yeah.
Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons was able to get free off the block and had a pretty good idea of where Rivers was looking to throw to. Was able to get his hands up in the passing lanes and be able to bat it up. And if he was pretty quicker enough, he could have possibly taken that to the house. Who knows?
Taylor now is the running back for the Colts.
Oop, there it is.
And then Pascal. No, this is going to be a screen pass here to Taylor. Taylor's
Wow.
got momentum. Oh, just bowls over the Tennessee Titans defender.
That's some
14
Derrick
yards.
Henry moves right there.
I love this. I love bang.
Oh, wow. That's going to be definitely
Monty
a
Hooker
highlight.
just gets completely just put on his back.
Get on the floor.
That was actually a full-fledged punch right there.
Yeah, and that's something that you like to see from Jonathan Taylor. He was actually one of the best running backs in all of college football from last year, and was able to do plays like that. And obviously, he showed it on that play that he can still do in the pro
Out
level.
of Wisconsin, am I right?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking
Rookie out of Wisconsin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, almost out of Ohio State, but yes.
Oh, careful.
That's JK.
Yeah, I know. I keep on getting those two confused. At least
Taylor
I keep on
out,
getting the colors
Hines
confused.
in. Substitutions here for the Colts. 2nd and 6. Knee in the red zone.
Yeah,
Get
they're
T.Y.
about
all the way.
13, 14 yards in the red zone, and got man-to-man look all the way across.
T.Y. at the bottom of your screen. Pascal in the slot. Rivers stepping back. Rivers still looking. We'll get Hines. That will be a first down. Puzzle.
Touchdown!
Yes, touchdown.
Yep.
Touchdown, Colts. Hines off the 13-yard pass from Rivers, and we have almost a tie game.
I literally just
This was
dropped
a
him.
really good play by the Colts. So they motion out the receiver, Pascal, obviously, and you can see it was one-on-one. That means that they got a one-on-one matchup between Hines and the linebacker, Jayon Brown, and he was able to run a nice little option route outside and was just able to make a great cut, break outside, and be able to cross the plane. And most definitely gonna be a touchdown. I'm very certain about that. It looks.
You're looking at the knee here, but the left knee never actually touches the ground. It is suspended in the air. This is crazy.
That's a touchdown.
It never
yeah.
touches.
That's totally a touchdown. That's
And
totally
he
a touchdown.
breaks the plane. This is good. This is wild. Look at that. It never actually touches.
It never touches.
It was literally by like this much. It was so close.
So close, so close. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back on the other side. We think that is going to stand as a touchdown. It is 9-10 for the time being in favor of the Titans. Extra point pending here. And when they come out of the review, my guess is that they'll kick the extra point, and then we'll get a kickoff immediately. I don't think there's going to be another commercial break.
Well, I guess
Great drive here for the Colts.
Well, now my guess too is that he's going to do a backflip once they confirm it to be a touchdown.
Wait, why a backflip?
Did you see his touchdown celebration from a couple weeks ago?
No,
He flipped them pretty.
He scored like 2 touchdowns and he had like crazy backflip cartwheel.
I have no idea how.
Awesome.
Which I honestly have no idea how you do in pads. I'll be 1,000% honest with you. I don't know how you do a backflip in pads.
I mean, I know how to do a backflip kind of, but
I wouldn't even attempt it without pads.
Oh no. I mean, I would be scared to do that, to be honest with you.
What if you fall on your head?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, yeah.
If you fall on your head, that would be
right.
Like, yeah.
At least if you're in pads and a helmet, at least you have a helmet.
Yeah, but you don't want to feel like your whole entire head be dragged over to the side because
I'm gonna hit my head and then it's gonna go crunch and then that's gonna be the end of it.
I just had like another extra padding that just gave me a concussion, so hey, I just did a backflip for no good reason.
Akon in Twitch saying game of inches, indeed it is the game of inches here.
Yeah, the other thing that I'm kind of curious is whether they're gonna call for his shin, because sometimes I believe the ruling does say that if your shin hits the ground, it will put you down by
the shin. The shin absolutely counts.
Yeah, I mean there were a couple times where I've seen on sacks where they would get it counted, and it looks like they got a confirmed touchdown on the field.
Yep. Yeah, the shin counts as a knee or like 2 feet or whatever.
Yeah, shin, your butt, all that counts towards 2 feet and a touchdown. So.
Yep, so this one is confirmed as we thought it would be. And now they will kick the extra point. And Blankenship here should be pretty smooth sailing and straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle. The NFL's leading scorer is able to extend his lead over the rest of the league with that extra point right there. And
is he actually?
I believe if I saw last time, he is currently the leading scorer among all players, at least.
Blankenship?
Blankenship, yeah.
Oh, wow. So draft him for your fantasy team.
Yes, do draft him for your fantasy league.
Wow, interesting. See, I went with Lutz, and you had Butker from Kansas City, which was based on last year, is really good.
Yeah, and I have Lutz, and he's a damn good steal too. If anybody needs him, he's currently 4th among kickers.
Lutz, yeah.
Yeah. Guy got me 8 points. He was able to clinch my win against my opponent in that butt kicking against the Buccaneers, which we probably should discuss about at halftime.
That is a halftime topic. As you see here, the Titans currently a game clear in the AFC South. A win tonight would make them 2 games clear, although these 2 teams will meet again in about 2 weeks' time. And this kickoff is going to be put guided, although not going to be returned. Total fake out there by Batson, and the Titans will start.
He's trying to get the ref's attention. It's like, hey, you're gonna take it. Yeah,
that's when you just kind of throw it at the ref and look away, and then if it hits him in the head, you're like, oh, really?
Oh, that's a proper way to do it. Most guys just throw it at them when they don't even look and just assume it's just going to be caught. So,
yeah, exactly.
Can't tell you how many times I could have gotten the flag thrown on me because I hit him in the head.
Here we go. Titans from the 25. There's the play action, and now they will go back to Henry, and Henry will bring this one up. That is a catch and run for about 6 yards. So he gets a point for the catch there for the fantasy lovers.
Yeah, and that was a really great pursuit by the Colts, because I've seen a lot of those plays go to the house for the Titans, particularly last year in the season opener. He had like that same exact play where they fake the rollout left, and then they throw backside to the screen, and they get a huge amount of blockers and tons of space in front. It would easily go for 6. So good pursuit by the Colts.
Henry in the backfield, now joined by Blasingame.
Audible.
And this will go to Henry. He's got a lead blocker, and Henry does manage to get the first down and about 3 more yards. 7 yards there on second down. Brings up a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 38.
Yeah, they're seriously trying to break their will. The Colts defense will. They're running the ball really well, with all things considered. I've noticed a lot of like their big run plays coming over to the right side on mostly stretch runs and power I runs. So it's working pretty effectively for this run defense. Against this run defense.
They're highlighting there Brown at the bottom of your screen. Potential play action here, and it is! Oh, Tannehill dodges it and just puts it up
That
over
was
Henry.
dangerous.
That was incredibly dangerous.
Man, Houston could have disengaged and just caught that. This is a kind of a funny promo commercial considering what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, that has to be like a long time ago, don't you think?
Sari Friedman, good evening to you. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us in Twitch chat.
Hello.
Howdy.
All right, 2 receivers to the bottom as Tannehill motions Davis up to the top.
That's offside.
That's totally offsides.
Yeah, 100%.
And there is the flag. It was called it before it happened, so this will be that's a free play then? Are you gonna actually you'll probably take this. I don't think he got
you'll
5.
be accepting that, yeah. You don't want to go to 3rd and 5 right here.
And
got 4.
hey, Sam Steer on the YouTube side of things. How you doing? If you're on YouTube, just go to www.twitch.tv Real Sports, and you can watch the live footage.
Link is in the description, so join us on the Twitch side of things. That's where all the live content is happening. And thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Colts and Titans live from Nashville. 6 minutes to go here in the second. Good game so far, actually, compared to last week. This game is highly competitive as that handoff is to Henry, and we have another piece of laundry
Looks
out
like there might be holding on the Colts, I guess.
It's got to be on a record. Yeah.
And it looks like they got a guy down. I think it's Rogers Stafford, number 76.
Oof. That would have been good for 4 yards. This penalty will go against the defense. It is now 1st down yet again. What do we got?
And it looks like it's defensive holding, or actually, no, sorry, illegal hands to the face. Oh, one of the guys rolled up on Saffold's left ankle, so that's the reason why he's down.
And we will cut to a quick commercial break here, and we'll be right back due to the injury timeout. Oof, yeah, that's never good.
God, I hate those plays. I mean, we've seen that happen to.
It's happened like every week, I would have to say.
Yeah,
honestly.
it almost seems like
literally
whenever
has.
a guy just like comes in backside, it just happens to somebody on the line or something crazy like that.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Vita Vea had that, and I believe Ronnie Stanley had that too. Yeah.
So, Fran, did you get your cakes?
Yeah, I haven't eaten any of them yet, though.
As I said, I confirmed they are both delicious.
Yeah, I'll probably do what I do as usual and give them away, but yeah.
Why do you give them away?
Why would you give away your cake? What?
What am I supposed to do with 4,000 calories of sugar every single week? Like, how am I supposed to get in shape?
Look, I've eaten the whole thing, and I've never looked better, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, I give them away. I have like a quarter of it, and then
Like, what do you give them away? What do you give them?
I give them
to them
like
for?
friends and stuff like that. I'll give
Well,
it
I
to
mean,
friends.
I guess I meant Ritz. Like, what do you give it to him for? Is like, what is birthday or is it?
Oh no, Mom just likes to send cakes because she's bored in quarantine.
Oh yeah,
So
that's pretty nice at least.
Yeah, it's great. People are very appreciative of it, so they all think
Oh
it's
no,
great.
yeah.
I just
Well,
can't eat that much.
Well,
gotta
it depends on
space
how
it
big
out.
the cakes are. Like,
They're
it's like-
pretty large. It's like
Yeah.
a full cake and like half of it.
See, what I do is I
Oh.
cut out other calories. So like I replace other things. Like I do like the smoked oats and stuff. I just take that stuff out and just replace it. As we're back here in Nashville, talking about our favorite cakes during the during the commercial break. There, tough scene there. Never good to see a lineman go down, especially we were commenting during the break. We've seen a lot of that rolling of the ankles or rolling of the leg. It's never good as Tannehill tries to squeeze that in there to Brown.
Dude, that catch
Doesn't
that
come
in
up with a
there.
catch. Second and 10.
This is DK Jr. And he should be catching this stuff. Come on now, yeah. And as I mentioned before, his left ankle got
Left ankle.
hit up on the back of Muhammad, number 76, and he's barely hobbling over. And unfortunately, we've seen that way too many times throughout the league. We saw Randy Stanley have that. We saw Villa during our first Thursday night football game. It just always sucks to see backside hits to the leg, hoping for the best.
This handoff is to Henry going
Uh-oh.
right. Oh, he has some
That's gonna
daylight
be
here.
holding.
Henry down to the 40 to 35.
Oh, wow. That's surprisingly not hold. Because I saw 87, Jeff Swain go in and block, who was it? Darius Leonard right there.
Oh,
Hooked him
he kinda
right around the
turns
backside
him
of the body.
around.
I would have thought that they would have thrown the flag right there for a hold, some kind of hold maybe, but luckily for the Titans, they did not call that. They didn't see it, and we're just able to get about a 15-yard gain on that play.
You're right. That was a little sus.
Yeah, it was very sus.
That was a little sus.
Oh yeah, AJ Brown.
Not gonna
looked
lie.
sus
On
there,
the
now.
replay,
So
Tannehill
ball
steps
to
up the
him.
pocket. Tannehill
Speaking
over
of
the
which-
middle.
There we go.
Corey Davis hauls it in for about 15 yards.
Yeah, Corey Davis is coming all the way across the field. They have him run on a little drag route. He gets a nice little inside step, be able to stem him at the top of the route, break back inside underneath, and be able to get a pretty good gain over the middle. And many people probably know he's playing with a pretty heavy heart. He's playing because even despite his older brother, unfortunately, dying from complications of kidney cancer. I'm hoping for the best and hoping that he will be able to do well in this game and be all right.
And that pitch is to Henry, and he will
Stuff.
get nothing. Stuff there. Oh, that's actually interesting tidbit there, Nate. Thanks for bringing that one.
Yeah, I mean, pregame, of course, I can only imagine what he's thinking about right now and how he's feeling. But, obviously, I bet for him, as a lot of guys would say, those people that they lose would want them to go out there, want them to play well, and want them to not give in. And, he's doing all he can. I'm hoping, for the best for him. And all my prayers and condolences to Corey.
He is lined up right there at the bottom of your screen.
I thought
Tannehill
that
going to
was
look
good.
to the opposite side. Tannehill going to put that up.
Yeah, it's pass interference.
That's got to be
100%.
PI.
Never turned around.
Pass interference against the Colts here. I mean, what do we need refs for? You could just have us do it from here. I think you've got. Oh yeah,
That's an easy grab. That's
Yeah, I mean, he's pulling.
He's
Yeah,
gonna nail
it's
that
just
thing,
obvious.
yeah, he was. Look at that.
Yeah, he was going through the whole angle too. Look at
Honestly,
that.
if he doesn't get held, he may actually catch that with one hand.
Yeah, and also you could have argued that he had a handful of he had a hand right in his face mask too. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Batson had his hand right around the top bar of his face mask. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't throw the flag there. But
That is a funny Phillip Rivers face. All right. So that foul occurred in the end zone. The Titans will have it from the 1.
What's going to happen?
They should feed this to Derrick Henry. Oh, he gets stuffed!
Goodness. Wow.
Stewart just puts Henry on his butt at the 3.
Yeah, Grover
Second
Stewart.
goal.
Yeah, Grover Stewart. He gets a really great push. Gets right over the top of the center, Ben Jones, and was able to go from the backside all the way to the play side and blow that play completely up. And now looks like Henry.
He's a wide receiver? What?
Yeah,
Tannehill going to try again over the
weird
middle.
play.
That is
my
deflected.
goodness.
That's a weird
AJ
play.
Brown, what are you doing, buddy?
Flag on the play. More laundry.
Personal foul.
Oh, it's a roughing the passer.
Oh my goodness.
Really? Wow, that is.
Well, that's a kill
it was
right
going to
there,
be
'cause
third.
they had
It
him
was
at
going to be
down.
third. It was going to be 3rd and goal from the 3. What mistake here? Ooh, ow.
Yeah,
This for going low?
yeah. Unfortunately, you cannot be going low on quarterbacks. Don't agree with the ruling. Don't like the calls, but you know that's the rule nowadays, and that's going to be called a flag every single time.
Smith in motion, and they're going to give it to Smith on the
goodness.
reverse, and he's
Wow.
going to waltz in. Smith with the touchdown for the Titans. Again, all the Derrick Henry owners are in disbelief.
I mean, to be honest with you, like, if you're the Titans, like, I don't really understand what you're doing trying to throw the ball in 2nd down there. Just literally run the ball again with Derrick Henry. But, to each their own.
Well,
they
they
still got
ran
their
the ball.
touchdown.
They ran it a different way. They just ran it with not Derrick Henry, of course, but you know it's good play design. Actually, they fake it like they're going over to the right side power, and just was they had Jonathan Smith go in motion back to the left and do a little reverse, get the touchdown pretty easily and untouched. And now they're going to be up 17-10. Excuse me.
Assuming Gostkowski hits this, he's had his trials and tribulations throughout the season, but that is not one of them.
Oh, somebody just ran into his standing leg, like, badly, I think.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Can you look at the replay?
I don't know if it was actually that bad, but they definitely ran into each other.
Oh, you're right. Somebody did take out Gostkowski there.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
Did they? I didn't even notice that. But if they could call, I mean, if that's what happened, then they should have called roughing the kicker. Actually.
Yeah, they would make it up on the kickoff. So they would basically kick 15 yards farther.
Yeah, they would
up.
be at the 50.
Yeah. At which point I would just onside kick the thing. Right? I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you? Kind of going back to that 4th and 15 rule. Like, if you had to take it from the 50, like, for sure you would do that.
I don't know. I mean, the analytics would still show in favor of the recovery team to still get the ball.
Sure.
Nowadays, you can't have guys go and get like a 5-yard head start on the kick to be able to go and try to recover the onside when you're on kickoff. So the likelihood is still incredibly small, even if there's like a difference in field position.
Doesn't look. This will be just kicked off from the 35. So there's
no flag.
Nothing there, and this will be returnable actually, as this one is Rodgers, and he's going to come out across the 20 to the 23, down right there at the 23 in a bit of a heaping pile.
Yeah, got a little bit of like a rivalry scuffle right here.
Titans wanting to say that they got it or fumble or something. Like, come on, let's go. 47 seconds till we hit the 2-minute warning. This is Fran. This is exactly what you were saying.
Ooh.
This one.
Yep.
Interesting. Gostkowski doesn't actually go down. Rodgers catches him.
They barely hit him on his side, but he was just kind of careful enough to not hit him in any of the legs, because generally the rule shows that if you hit him around the legs or just like, hit him to the point where he falls down, that's where the flag would come in. So
Yeah, you kind of hit him in the stomach. Rivers has a 2-minute drill here before the halftime. As that is complete across to T.Y. Hilton, he will be down at the 35. And looks like the Rivers and the Colts want to make as much of this clock as possible. Actually, they have to snap it before the 2-minute warning because there's about 1 second difference. And the handoff there is to Hines, and he will get 3.
Interesting play call.
Surprised they didn't try to throw it at least. Yeah.
I guess you just run it to the 2-minute warning? Question mark. I guess
I would
that's the
probably do
coaching
that.
call
Looks like
there.
they're trying to line it back up, unless they're just trying to draw them offside, I guess.
5 seconds, 3,
No, they don't
2.
let it
They're
out.
actually going to get this.
They're gonna try to
No,
jump them offside. Yeah.
2-minute warning. That's it. We've hit the 2-minute warning here. Titans ahead 17-10. Coming right back in a few as the Colts are driving to try to put up a score before halftime.
Well, my brother just texted me. He's my opponent for the week, and he told me, like, haha, I just took the lead because Kosowski's got 6 points now, and AJ Brown only has freaking 3.1. Actually, no.
Oh, what could have been?
Oh my God! Don't even remind me. I'm so pissed off about that.
Like that would have been a massive swing.
That would have been what? It was like a 70-yard touchdown. So you're talking about 14 points.
14
yeah.
points.
Frick, man, that was like, oh. You know, it's a funny thing. Like they talk about how DK has dropped passes, which he has. I mean, I don't know any receiver that doesn't drop passes like on an occasion.
You know, I was interested to see that dropping passes isn't like, yeah, receivers drop passes, but it's not as often as you'd think.
Yeah, it probably isn't, but I mean, it can be telling with some guys. Like, obviously, when you see Nelson Aguilar when he was with the Eagles, like, he would barely be getting the ball one, and when he did get the ball, it wouldn't be that much on like deep passes and such. Like, I think he barely even averaged like 9 yards per catch, which isn't very high for a receiver at all. Yeah, no. So, like, for him, it's kind of telling as to like, you know, how bad you can be based off of average and obviously with, you know, drop percentage and yeah, but even with his drops, DK, I mean, he's still second in the league in receiving. So,
you know, I almost took DK, and then I was like, because I already had Wilson.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's too many eggs in one basket.
Yeah, you don't want to be a homer.
Yeah, but I just like to spread it out the risk a little bit.
Yeah,
it definitely crossed my mind.
Yeah, it kind of crossed my mind too, because I was like thinking like, you know, is he gonna be that guy or is he gonna kind of be like what he was as a rookie? Or are we gonna run the ball more?
Yeah, I was like, well, who's Russell gonna throw to? Well, that or Lockett, right? Like,
yeah, or are we just gonna continue running the ball? Because that's what Pete Carroll loves to do. We always love to run the ball and make us play defense, which of course this defense is not good at anymore.
Pretty even here down in Nashville in terms of time of possession. Titans do have one more touchdown, but the Colts are looking to try to even that score line before halftime, and that is going to be complete to Pascal. It's only going to get 2 yards, so 3rd and 5 coming up now. Remember, we have seen the Colts go for it on 4th down twice so far tonight. I would expect them to continue that trend if they don't make it here. Although certainly you wouldn't want to give it back to the Titans this deep in your own territory with all 3 timeouts. Minute 30 to go. Colts taking their time.
We've got one-on-one on the right side with Hilton and whoever the 39 is.
And he is going in that direction. Oh, and it is caught.
Catch.
Good.
Down to the 38. Beautiful catch there by Harris. You called out this one, although this wasn't quite the one you called out.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly what I was thinking about, but DeMichael Harris was one-on-one with the newly acquired Desmond King from the Chargers and was just able to get a really good release.
Look, Harris, wide open up top. Got a ton of room here, for at least a first down. But Rivers is going to go with the check down instead. Hines across for 8. Did Rivers just like not look? Like what? Huh. Tennessee playing way off.
You're talking about the receiver at the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of know. I kind of noticed it. It was like, huh.
It was Harris again.
You could have done like what the Bills did with.
It's kind of what they did last week. It was kind of like the same. It's very similar to what we were talking about last week. They were playing off, or 2 weeks ago. They were playing off them so much that they literally were just getting like 7 yards and then just like running out of bounds.
They could have thought about that. Just like say, hey, let's just look at Thursday Night Football film and try to do that for a change. But this is a really good catch. And DeMichael Harris, I never really expected anything like this from your rookie wide receiver, especially a guy that's actually not even the fourth wide receiver on the depth chart, but he's able to get his opportunities to play and make a really good contested catch on Desmond King, who was a former All-Pro, and it sets them up in a pretty good position right here.
2nd and 2 with 46 seconds left. I gotta say, it was better than Brown. As Phillip Rivers trying to step up. Oh, dodges a sack. Gets rid of that one, and they is just gonna throw that away.
That was dangerous.
It was also really good there. There was a player in the area there, Phil, being active on that one, scrambling for his life.
Yeah, he kind of had to. He had pressure on his face. He had, not sure who 92 is, but
that is going to be Dickerson, and Crawford is the one that actually ends up bringing him down. 3rd and 2 now coming up here for the Colts. Need the 28. Rivers looking, yes, he will get the 28. Actually, he'll get a bit more than that. T.Y. Hilton on the outside. So it'll just catch it out of bounds, Fran, as you were saying. They gave it to him. Nothing over the top, at least, right? 36 seconds to go. Colts have a timeout. The whole playbook is open to them if they want it. Got 2 sides of a play sheet ready.
I mean, at this rate, it seems like that they should just keep on doing this kind of like easy quick out formula, because I mean, they obviously can't be throwing the ball deep. They're not going to be allowing them to do that, and basically a lot of their success is having to be with the spacing, and it seems to be man-to-man press right here.
Well, Phillip Rivers is going to go deep, and T.Y.
Oh my
just
goodness.
overthrown.
Wow.
He did have him open, though. He just needed either there was just miscommunication, or Ty just didn't get there in time, or it was an overthrow. But that was a flat overthrow. That was definitely possible to for the touchdown there to get that shot. And then now they'll probably settle for the field goal here.
Bit of an over. No, it's only it's 1st down.
Yeah, he was getting quite a bit of a step right there. I mean, he was about to get like a little bit of separation on top on Borders. On the corner route, I think if he had just thrown it a little bit more underneath and way deeper over the top, I'm pretty sure it could have been a touchdown. But now we're at 2nd down.
Yep, and here's going to go to Hines, setting up a screen here. Hines has the 1st down marker. Should be a timeout. Should be a timeout here. They're going to let this tick. 3 seconds. No, yes, finally the timeout comes in here as we are going to regroup at the 12. 1st and 10 from the 12 for the Chargers. Oh my God, from the Colts. At the start of this drive, I almost applauded myself for being like, I haven't called them the Chargers yet. It's another C.
Yeah. It's another team with a quarterback that we've seen. It's another team with a new quarterback that has played for a team for a long time previously. So it's kind of hard to say Phillip Rivers and the Colts like it was for you to say Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
Yeah, exactly. Although at least Brady and the Bucks kind of rolls off the tongue. But there's no alliteration for this one.
Yeah, I mean, Rivers with the Colts, Rivers with the Chargers. I guess that would be close.
Different shades of blue, however. So, all right, from the 11, 1st and 10, 21 seconds, no timeouts. If this thing gets downed inbounds, the Colts are going to have to hurry it up, or the time will just expend it. Yeah, there was definitely some trickery going on here.
I guess he was just on, I guess, but
there was movement, but he didn't actually cross.
I saw some movement. He was kind of overhead of the ball. I thought that they would have called that.
Phillip Rivers is now over 200 yards in the first half. Remember, we were commenting earlier how there was such a yard disparity in the game where Nick Foles was throwing for over 300 yards in the game for the Bears last game, and Tannehill was like 150. Here, Rivers is just throwing it all over the yard, and Tannehill not even breaking 100 yet. As Rivers is looking, Rivers is going to go down. This is going to be it. This is it. There's no way they can spike this.
They got to go spike this.
8, 7, 6, maybe they can. They got to get T.Y. Hilton back, because if not, it would be a runoff. And they do manage to spike.
Whoa! Wow. They were very fortunate.
That was very close.
That was very close to being a screw up for the Colts. In that situation, when you have no timeout and you got very little time to work with, you cannot afford to take a sack. You cannot afford to take a sack. But unfortunately, right here, 64 Mark Lewinsky gets beat right here by number 90 and
Daquan Jones.
Jones, and he was able to beat him inside, get the sack, and they're just very fortunate able to clock it just in time for them to get a field goal.
The rookie Blankenship here for 39. Might be 44 if we're going to try this again.
Somebody jumped, I think, on the Colts side.
Somebody started on the Colts. Yeah. It was a false start.
Well, they're going to move it back. Yeah, it is a false start. It's a dead ball, though, so there will be no runoff. The other one I was worried about is T.Y. You saw T.Y. Hilton having to get back and set, because if they had incurred a penalty while trying to spike the ball, there would have been a runoff, and it would have ended the half. All right, 44. Try it again. Here we go. 43. And Blankenship is a bit of a knuckler, but it goes through. There's another flag on the play. Are we going to try from 48?
Go 48.
From 49? Are we going to keep going? It looks like the teams are headed to the locker room.
Looks like nobody cares.
They're going to be declining it.
Offside.
Yeah.
All right, they will decline that, and that is going to be it. That is the end of the half here.
That was a wacky sequence.
3 more points for the Indianapolis Colts as we are right at halftime. 17 for the Titans, 13 for the Colts. It's been a very competitive game so far and remains that way here with the score line. We check the Subway play of the game so far.
Yeah.
I think got to use their fancy technology here.
Yeah, it was kind of probably one of my favorite concepts that they use, just like a little fake inside. Derrick Henry would line up at a fullback, and they fake it outside to the other running back, and be able to get him wide open over this.
They also kind of did the same thing for the second touchdown, but they actually handed the ball off to the person that was running across the formation. So it's like the same play, but flipped on each side.
All right, as we have hit the halftime, we are at commercial here for the Twitch side of things, but we will start a halftime show as soon as we come out, and as soon as I update the score line for my lovely graphics.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go fill up some water.
Go for it.
Hey, if y'all are watching on YouTube, remember that you can always head over to twitch.tv/relive sports, and you'll be able to actually watch like the real live game footage during it. If you're not in the US, I suggest you have a US VPN, and then you can also watch it that way if you're viewing outside of the country. Yeah, because sometimes you can't view Twitch outside of the country.
Yeah, they do sometimes geolock it. So. We'll come out of commercial just here in a second, and we'll get our fun halftime rolling. Plenty of fun things to talk about. And we don't have to do any of the actual halftime.
Just in time.
Yep.
I was extremely thirsty. Any water?
All right, and we are back. We have reached the halftime. Colts 13, Titans 17 here. Quick check on the stats for y'all. Phillip Rivers with 209 yards, 1 interception. Ryan Tannehill has 99, so hasn't yet broke 100, but 1 interception there. Derrick Henry doing a decent job running the ball here, 51 yards so far on 10 carries. It's been more running back by committee here on the side of the Colts. Himes, Taylor, and Wilkins with 6, 4, and 3 rushes apiece. Hines currently leading with 37 yards, and actually Hines also leading the receiving core. You know, we talked about at the top of the show how we really wanted to see a Colts receiver step up, and so far it's their running back that has the most receiving yards. Hines with 5 receptions and 45 yards there, and not much on the side of the Tennessee Titans for receiving. There was the big miss and the dropped pass by A.J. Brown, which would have been 70-plus yards.
It would have been 14 points for my fantasy team.
Exactly. It would have been huge. But so far, no turnovers. So turnover-free for both teams, and both teams playing exceptionally well here. Gents, what's the takeaways?
Well, I think like it's pretty identical as far as like, you know, their production. Like they're balancing out the pass and also they're balancing out the run. Both teams are. Except I think the only thing obviously is that, like, you know, for the Colts, being able to finish their drives has been like the key thing. Particularly on that one drive where they had the 4th and 1 and they didn't get the 4th down. That was probably the biggest difference maker on that drive. That could have ended up at least with 3 points, and they could have been at a 17-16. But overall, both teams have been pretty much like, you know, been mixing in the run and pass, and you know, been playing pretty closely for this first half.
I think we're about to go to commercial.
Yeah,
I think we probably are about to get cut off and
So
go
I
to commercial
didn't
here
wanna-
in a second, but we can continue on the YouTube side of things, Fran, if you just want to keep going. It's
yeah,
a
I
quick
mean,
commercial.
it's this is pretty. In my opinion, it's a pretty even game. Just pretty much to echo what kind of Nate said. Both teams are basically they're running the football. They're and also being able to get the short passes going. You can see the Colts don't have as strong as a running game as the Titans, so they have to use their short passing game a little more. And Tannehill is sitting there just opening it up more, kind of for like 15 to 20 yard passes. So very similar game styles and also game plans on both sides here.
Yep, as we have maybe about 30 seconds before we move on, but we are going to tee up basically our halftime topic here. The overarching, we're going to do a week recap of last week, where both the Bucks and the Seahawks, who we will have,
those back in.
we will have the Seahawks next week. It's going to be Cardinals and the Seahawks live on Thursday Night Football. I think that game is in Seattle. So that is probably the most highly anticipated game of the entire season.
Yes, it will be.
Especially for us here on the broadcast. So Bucks, Seahawks both go down. Who's actually the best team in the NFC?
Well, I would probably say it's like the team with a better defense. Arguably. I mean, I know that obviously the Buccaneers got completely demolished on Sunday Night Football, 38-3. They didn't even get a touchdown. But I mean, outside of that game, they have a highly proficient defense, and I think, you know, they'll be able to bounce back from the next week onward. You know, considering all the weapons that they have on offense, including Antonio Brown, that just came into the mix. As for the Seahawks, they got a lot of issues they got to go and like address. Russell Wilson cannot do it by himself. I know that we always promote for let Russ cook, meaning for him to take over the offense, do all the plays, which he's very much well capable of doing. But basically, they're finding out that they need to be able to get to him and then make sure that they get on him enough just so they can be able to get their stops. Because unfortunately for the Seahawks, their defense cannot stop anybody. And Josh Allen proved that last Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it's same logic. I'm gonna unfortunately have to use here. The Tampa Bay definitely has a better defense. I'm gonna take the whole debacle against the Saints. It's just a one-off. It's not the biggest deal in the world. They're gonna make the playoffs, and at the end of the day, the only thing that counts is those playoff games. And I would never expect to have a situation like that during the playoffs. They will be prepared, and they will have things ironed out. You also have to still think like in an 18 game season or 16, we're just over like one or two games through the halfway mark. You're still adding some pieces. So I mean, there's so much that the Bucks, like, everybody was freaking out about it on Monday on the sports talk radio, but I mean that's just to sell to everybody else. But it's really not to panic at all for Tampa Bay. I think they're completely fine. And on the Seahawks side of it, they just need to be able to actually stop. They need to button up their secondary, or else that's going to be a problem in the playoffs for them.
Yeah, Seattle going to Los Angeles this weekend. I have Woods, and what's nice to pop up there was versus number 32 Seattle against, because this is the banged up defense there.
This is it. Even when they're healthy, it's terrible. It's downright awful.
We're going to hit a commercial on the Twitch side of things, but we're going to keep going because I think the game will come back right after it. So let's round out the league. Pittsburgh remains undefeated despite the scare in Jerry World. A lot of clapping by Jerry, but not enough apparently here. Pittsburgh edges out Dallas 24-19 late in that game. Big Ben, however, put on the COVID list after a close contact with tight end Vance McDonald, who tested positive. The Steelers do expect to have Ben, who has tested negative, for the game this weekend. Fran, any concerns walking into Cincinnati and Joe Burrow?
No, I mean I've said this every single week. I don't really care if we win or lose at this point. We're going to make the playoffs. There's no need to add the pressure and being like some undefeated team going to be like carrying through the entire postseason, like go 18 or 19-0. There's really no reason to have that type of pressure on. So I really don't like. I don't care if we lose. I don't like. We still need to obviously keep the 1 seed and go along with it. But I think it's not wrapped up, but I mean, we just need to perform pretty well going forward. But I'd actually be happy to see us lose some games here on out. Maybe preferably not against the Bengals and Joe Burrow, but later down the road, I'm totally fine dropping games. I almost wanted to drop the Cowboys game, to be completely honest with you.
Could you imagine?
I do not think that they would have wanted to do that. With them being fully healthy and with the Cowboys being on the exact opposite, I'm pretty sure they would have said that we should not be losing this game. It should not have been close, honestly. They should not have won by 5 points.
Yeah, I know, but that's 100% the point. Like, that reaction of, wow, we shouldn't have lost this game is the reaction that I'm looking for. They haven't had that reaction. They haven't lost yet. They don't know how to bounce back. Yes, they don't. A lot of them are pros and they've played in a really long time, but at the end of the day, like, they still haven't lost together as a team. In my opinion, you need to lose together as a team before you actually can win.
Yeah, you want to avoid that flare out in the playoffs where you're like the first game of the playoffs and you get upset and you're like, what the like what?
Well, then again, I hear about a saying where you'd rather be learning from almost losing rather than losing. I mean, they barely, obviously came out on top of the Cowboys. They also barely came out of a scary comeback by the Titans and were able to pull out that game by 3 points. So, I mean, they obviously don't know what it feels like to lose yet, of course, but the fact of the matter is, like, they know a little bit of adversity. They know where they lack at and where they need to get better at. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, they can definitely learn from that. And, whether they win or lose this game, it really wouldn't put a whole effect on them, too. So.
Yeah, so we talked about Justin Herbert, we talked about Joe Burrow. Are we still on the Herbert train and we're just abandoning Burrow? Or, like, because we had brought that up before, like, who's the better rookie quarterback? Is it Burrow or Herbert? Are we still going with Herbert?
I'm still going with Herbert.
I'm still going with Herbert. I mean, it's also a lot easier for Herbert because he has actually, like, some pieces around him. Like, he actually can throw to Keenan Allen. Joe Burrow's got nothing in Cincy.
Yeah. Well, he has Boyd, who apparently is doing really well for my fantasy team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could argue that they both don't really have that many pieces and that it kind of makes Joe Burrow even more impressive because he doesn't have that many pieces for the most part. and I think he's like what, third or fourth in the league right now in passing yards. Well, at least he was before the bye week. But no, I mean, he's been very impressive. But with Justin Herbert, I mean, that dude came in completely unexpected in the second week and hasn't skipped a beat since. I mean, thrown for 300 yards damn near every single freaking game that he's played, and you know, it's completely impressive. He's chucking deep balls down the field every single game. I think he's second in the league with 8 touchdowns of at least 20 plus yards. It's very impressive to watch. Unfortunately, they don't have the pieces around him to go and win, but overall, he's still standing out for that team.
As we are back in action here coming out of the halftime, it is going to be Tennessee kicking it off to the Colts. So the Colts unable to get a touchdown on the final possession of the second half, but they will get the ball again up across, and that is Rodgers across the 25. All right, so the other sort of fun thing I was going to save, there were some comments by one Brett Favre saying that the Eagles should have stuck with Nick Foles instead of Wentz. Agreed or not?
Really? When did he say that?
Today on First Take.
Because I watched First Take and he didn't say that. Like 2 days ago.
I don't think I saw that either. I mean, I saw a notification.
I watched it 2 days ago and he didn't say that, like, Nick Foles should definitely start over him.
It was this morning!
I guess I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said this over and over again. I don't think Carson Wentz is that good, and it was pretty silly that they gave him such a large contract. He didn't win anything for them. He's just potential at this point. He's just gotten injured every single time, and Nick Foles.
Then again, you can also say the same thing about Nick Foles, though, because I mean, ever since he's come back into different, ever since he's gone to
at least he won a Super Bowl.
Kind of like, I mean, yeah, he won a Super Bowl. Yeah, he's done that for the team, but outside of that team, he's done absolutely nothing across the NFL. So it's kind of hard to make an argument for either one of these guys.
I just
Colts
think
getting some great yardage here. Go ahead.
I mean, in that position, I just don't think you can spend that much on a quarterback that can't actually make those plays. You also have to realize, like, that contract didn't exist before when Nick Foles was around, so Nick Foles actually had, like, weapons to use around him. So you have to take that in consideration, too. Because when you actually do pick up such a large contract like that, then your defense is worse, your offensive players are worse, then you're handicapping yourself. You're expecting your quarterback to go out there and win you games, and Carson Wentz can't do that.
A great 2 plays here to start the second half, and a nice piece of running on that final possession, and a great piece of running here as well as Hines bounces outside and he gets another first down. Hines looking like the better running back maybe tonight so far. Stats-wise, that is the case at least.
Yeah, Nyheim Hines seems to be kind of like a very overlooked guy. I mean, I know everybody's kind of like been highlighting Jonathan Taylor ever since he came out of college because he was one of the highly touted running backs in the drafts. But, you know, this Nyheim Hines is actually really good. He's kind of like a scat back. He can catch the ball in the backfield, but he's got some pretty good patience and some pretty good burst, too, when he hits the edge outside. So, I mean, at this point, I'd probably say go with Nyheim Hines.
Oh, and that did not work very well there as Clowney gets him from behind. That was well read.
Best play of the season.
Yeah, it's the only play.
Literally the only play. Good lord. But yeah, Clowney just comes completely unblocked on the backside, and that's something that he can do very well. I mean, he's done that like throughout his whole entire career, and even back in college, he had that one signature hit. Knocked the ball out.
The dude's helmet.
The dude's helmet and the ball. It was ridiculous.
Hines 1-1 to the bottom here of your screen.
Go deep.
And it's Pascal, I think, is the one up top. And Rivers, empty backfield. Rivers looking in that direction, and he will throw deep. He's launching it out and intercepted, except out of bounds.
Yeah. That was really good defense there by the wide receivers to push him out of bounds there.
Yeah.
If he actually was out of bounds, though, I still want to see the replay.
Yeah, he was drawn outside.
He's out.
Left
foot. It was almost a crazy toe tap.
Yeah, that was low-key almost absolutely insane.
Top 10.
Yeah. Especially from a corner, not a wide receiver as well.
That would have been, if he gotten both feet down, that would have been wild.
That would have been probably catch of the year.
3rd and 13 here for the Colts. From here, it would be about a 52-yard field goal, give or take. As Rivers he's got happy feet back there. Pass is complete across the middle to Mo Alley Cox, and he will be short by about 2 yards.
Yeah. Now you gotta wonder if you want to go with analytics and go for it at this point, or if you want to go and kick the field goal, considering the last fourth down was unsuccessful. And
they look like they're gonna line up and go for this as they bring T.Y. Hilton on. He's gonna be at the bottom of your screen here.
Yeah, Frank Reich knows no fear. This team feeds off of his energy, and T.Y.'s got plenty of separation. You can throw it quick.
You can't give him that much space. It's 2 yards.
Right now.
Dude, just throw it right now. What are you doing?
Literally throw the ball right now.
5 seconds on the play clock. Look, he's got so much space here. T.Y. is not going to be the recipient of that, but it is going to go to Pascal instead, and they will easily convert this. What is Tennessee?
When in doubt, you still pick up the first.
I don't understand.
I think all of us are like, what is going on here with Tennessee? They're playing so far off, like they're just going to give them the down.
Yeah, and I was kind of confused by what Desmond King 33 was doing.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything.
He was going to blitz, and then he stepped back to go and drop in a coverage. I'm thinking, was that your responsibility? Because you're supposed to be playing the hook zone, and he's able to get a pretty easy catch right there. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's going to be tough on the.
Uh-oh. Well,
no, he's okay.
He's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
Also, another fun fact, actually announced today that The Weeknd will headline Super Bowl 55. John,
speaking, I don't have any comments on The Weeknd headlining the Super Bowl. I honestly had no idea that anybody even made music during COVID, so I'm so checked out of music.
I kind of like it, honestly. I listen to his music a lot, so I'm kind of happy that they got him in, and got some pretty quality singers in the.
I was wondering if any of you watched the Florida Georgia game over the weekend and saw the very similar hit that just happened on Mo Alley Cox, but on the wide receiver, and it actually full leg break. And he skill stored the touchdown, which is actually pretty impressive. But hopefully, all the best.
So it's a full on.
Yeah, that's why I saw it again. And I'm like, oh, right away I had a flashback to that one.
No,
it was shoulder to ankle, just like that one.
Ow!
And Rivers across the middle.
Just had a flashback.
Go for it again. Go for it again, man.
Yeah, they're gonna come up a yard short here. That was to Pittman.
And we know that Rodrigo can hit him from anywhere. He's just literally playing the statistics, which is awesome.
Yeah. And that is going to be another conversion. He got it.
Another conversion, yeah. So 3 for 4 on the night in fourth down.
When you have your offensive lineman literally on the goal line, yeah, you got plenty of push there.
Speaking of fourth down, funny thing, Ritz, I thought earlier when you were mentioning about the fourth down thing,
yeah,
I thought you were going to mention about how there's going to be a ruling of not trying to forcibly go for fourth down on a regular.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, granted, the article was a little misleading because the title of the article was something to the effect of considering fourth down rule, but in reality, they're only considering it
an offensive
it's
just an onside kick.
Yeah, on onside kicks, which is sort of weird. Apparently, it's been brought up in the past. It wasn't approved last year, and then Jeffrey Lurie brought it back of owner.
It's because they've made it almost impossible to recover an onside kick anymore.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, because like I mentioned from before, you can't go and get a 5-yard head start on the kickoff. So
this on the little pot pass, and that is going to be a touchdown. Yes,
I think.
Rule the touchdown for Pascal. Colts on top.
He may be half a yard short.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's not.
That
he's
knee,
dancing
I saw the knee 100% hit the ground, but I don't know where the ball was.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say too. But if this stands, this will be his Colt leading 6 touchdowns.
Oh, that is really tough. Actually, slow this baby
too fast.
And it looks like
I think it's a touchdown.
No, he is. He's good.
No, his forearm was down. No, he was.
They need to freeze frame it.
They gotta
rewind.
Bring it down completely down. They gotta review this.
They just need to freeze frame when the hand hits the ground.
Yeah,
That's
'cause,
all.
Like,
That's
I
all.
Was
they-
it the hand or the
forearm.
forearm?
I saw the forearm.
It was the forearm.
The hand's okay. The forearm is.
They just need a freeze frame there. Yeah, there you go. It's not a touchdown.
No, you're right.
right
You're right.
there,
It's
yeah,
a half
his
yard
forearm
short.
is
It's a
down.
half yard
It's
short.
Damn it! We called that from a mile away.
Yeah, I was like looking at it. It's like, it's like, no.
Also, I'm getting texts from one of my buddies who says, I knew I shouldn't have trusted Thursday Night Football. Look at my A.J. Brown totals.
I told you.
Yeah, you never, dude.
He
You
says,
can't
"I
play
give up."
any. You can't play
Damn it.
anybody
you
on
can't.
Thursday
you just,
Night
you
Football.
can't play Thursday Night
You
Football.
can't play your best
Yeah.
players on Thursday night.
You can't.
No, you
football,
can't. You can't
damn
do it. You can't do it.
Sucks.
Can't
Nope.
do it.
Nope.
Because
I mean,
the
I knew
simple,
it was.
the simple thing. I mean, it makes sense though. The simple thing that defenses do, like if you're a big name player and you have a short week to prepare, you're just gonna double team them.
Yeah,
Like, that's
well,
it.
Even on
Right?
that one
Like,
play,
that's
he
all
wasn't
you do.
double teamed him, and he beat him, and he
Oh,
just flat
that-
out freaking
yeah,
dropped
well,
him. Yeah,
that was a little
not double
different.
team.
Yeah,
But that was just like so
that was
bad.
self-inflicted, I would say.
Yeah, you could say that.
Hey, if you guys are hanging out on the YouTube side of things, please feel free to just check out chat and hit that link or the description. Head over to the Twitch side of things. You can actually watch the game itself along with us.
Well, pending a really bad game by AJ, I got Cooper Kupp in my lineup, so I'm gonna be expecting him to go off on my defense since it's pretty obvious as to why I say my defense. I'm telling you,
All right.
that game on Sunday was so frustrating to watch.
Seattle.
We were in position to come back and probably maybe win the game because we were within
Sort
7,
of.
and then they pulled away because our defense choked,
Yeah.
and then we ended up choking on offensive.
Oh, I
plays,
needed
and
to get
it was
water.
really
Is this a
bad.
bad time?
No, go for it. You got half. You got a minute.
About like a good.
You got a
Really?
minute. You got a minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
You got a minute. Actually, no, you don't. Well, that's okay. Franzov getting water. This is going to be a second and goal here from about the half-yard line as we are coming out of the replay review. And here it is. Fran and Nate both called this one before we even had the replay. That forearm is down. That forearm counts as a knee or a foot.
Yeah,
And
we
so-
saw by the time he was running in, we noticed that his hand was down, and we were very certain that he was down, and it ended up being that exact call. So
Taylor once again having to power through. He gets stuffed.
oh,
Oh, stuffed at the 2. He
for
actually
it.
goes backwards. The call, go for it is the call.
hey, they've done it like 3 times in this drive. Sorry, no, 2 times in this drive. So they better go for it if they're going to be this persistent. I mean, they got a really
Actually,
good push up front. They got 74
Go
Anthony
right.
Castando getting pulled up, and then I thought that he would have been going right because I saw a huge
There's a hole.
opening.
I'm looking at the replay here too. I'm looking at 2 replays. I mean,
Yeah.
ugh. Go
That's,
right,
so
bounce it
frustrating.
back in, and
Oh,
you're
no,
you're over the end zone.
This is gonna be a stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna get in.
In motion, handoff is, and that they can't do it.
Oh my
the
God!
Titans come up huge.
Oh no, my gosh!
Wilkins
Well, I
is
called
stuffed
it.
at the 1.
I called it.
You did.
Wow.
You had it.
And
The
Frank
prophet-
Reich is kicking himself right now.
What
Yeah.
a massive! This is bigger than the 4th down stop earlier in the game, obviously. But like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of he had quite a bit of openings, at least on the right side, because I see 78 Kelly getting up front, and really good pursuit by Rashawn Evans, was able to get towards the hole, run up the middle, and completely stuff him on that play. And huge win for the Titans defense.
So
Wow.
plus
I missed
David in
that.
chat saying they should have thrown a pass on the 1. I was actually going to come in and say, look at the difference in the play calling as here's the handoff to Henry,
God.
who gets a bit of
Ooh.
no, yeah.
I was
Careful.
thinking, it's like, hey, it's Thursday Night Football. They're on the 1 yard
Oh,
line.
yeah.
We all remember what happened on Thursday Night Football on the 1 yard line one time.
Yeah. I was going to say, look at the difference in the play calling. The Tennessee Titans, again, on the 1 yard line on the previous possession when they were down there because they had the pass interference penalty, they come in with this, with motion on the line and totally confuse the Colts and get an easy touchdown. Here the Colts just make it too easy for the Titans defense. 3 straight runs here trying to stuff, just trying to pound it in at the 1 yard line and they can't get it.
Yeah, and I honestly thought that they were either going to be running it with Hines. Hines wasn't in the backfield for one. And second, I thought that they would have gone and flipped the ball to the motioning receiver right in front of Rivers. And that could have definitely easily been a touchdown because it worked kind of on the last play that they did. But unfortunately, they didn't do that, and they ended up getting stopped on the one. So, I mean, when in doubt, you should be running it. But at the same time, it's like if you run it in the same exact area 3 times in a row, you're almost guaranteed to be stopped.
Henry has given the Titans some breathing room here. This long pitch is to him once again and almost tries to bring him down by the hair.
Wow.
As he gets 9 yards.
Did he just put on number 90, Givens?
Poor Saffold almost just got destroyed by his own running back.
Lord.
And, this is 4 straight plays of Derrick Henry.
Of Derrick
3
Henry.
straight plays, I think.
King Henry. Yeah, so...
That's a big boy.
Over Stewart gets a gets a face full of big old hands right into his face. Let's get a big old Derrick Henry right in. Wow. He's arguably got the best stiff arm. No, he's got the best stiff arm in the NFL.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
He's got a Heisman. I mean,
he's literally got the Heisman.
Yeah.
I mean, I swear.
That's why Madden, the thumbnail has Henry with the stiff arm motion. I picked it specifically.
Now I'm gonna tell you this too. If any of you guys play Madden, they're checking on his left shoulder, but he's got the nastiest stiff arm in Madden. Like, he's got the bowling ball ability in Madden as an X factor, and his stiff arm, it's just so unfair. It's just like a punch in the face. So easy, so bad.
Guna Sports Entertainment on the YouTube side of things. Thank you very much for the subscribe. Tannehill goes down in the backfield. Loss of 10 on the play by the shoestrings here.
Yeah, Danico Autry gets a huge penetration right up the middle right here. He was able to diagnose the play fake rollout to the right, and was just able to get right upfield toward Tannehill. Didn't bite on the play fake, didn't bite on the run, and was just able to get right on the Tannehill's legs, knock him down, and force a 4th down. That was a huge play by Danico Autry.
And this will force a Titans punt. They were actually doing
bad punt. That's a really bad punt.
It's a shank.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's
punt.
not even a. Look where the first down marker is, and look where the punt ended up. Look at.
That's a 10-yard punt.
Wow, that is a shank.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I can kick a football farther than that.
I can kick a goal.
I totally could. I've gone to the football field and I've kicked it more than 20 yards.
That is crazy. Oh my goodness.
That is so mad. And thank you again, Gunna Sports Entertainment. Appreciate that very much for the like there.
Yes, you do. You do get a bell there. And yes, if you're on the YouTube side, do hop over to the Twitch side of things. There is currently a commercial happening. That is the deal with the NFL. We have to show the commercials. So it does sort of just like you would on TV. But
here's the question I have for you guys.
Yeah.
What would you rather have happen to you? Would you rather be hit by Ray Lewis, or would you rather be stiff armed by Derrick Henry?
Oh no, stiff armed by Derrick Henry.
1,000%.
I mean, at least I could like get up and like try again. If I got hit by Ray Lewis, I don't know.
Actually, no.
I don't know about that.
Offensive players.
I don't actually know about that because the stiff arm's kind of a punch.
Yeah.
I don't think I can take a punch from Derrick Henry.
I mean, no.
I don't think I can take. I don't think I can hit. I don't think I can take a hit either from Ray Lewis. But I would literally be KO'd instantly if I got hit in the head by Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and I've seen him knock over so many props and just completely break them in half.
I mean, I'm
stiff arm practices.
Yeah, dude, that guy was 350 pounds, and he threw him to the ground.
Like literally, his whole entire upper body's a brick house. It doesn't make any sense.
Running with momentum.
That dude should post some workouts.
And playing running back.
I would love to watch that guy work out.
The Colts defender?
No, Derrick Henry.
Oh, Derrick Henry. Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious what he benches or leg presses.
Well, what he leg presses, I mean, whenever I see him like do the hex bar and do his deadlifts, he does at least like 4 or 5 45 plates on each side and makes it look easy. It's pretty crazy to watch.
That is pretty. So 2, 5, yeah.
Okay, so
about
4
600
years
pounds,
ago.
about
This is 4 years
600
ago. So expect these numbers to probably all increase by 100 pounds. He benched 440, power clean 345, power squatted 500.
Yeah, I said 600, right? I got you. At Gunna Sports Entertainment, thank you. On the Twitch side of things, thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody for hanging out across both the Twitch and YouTube platforms. Come on over to the Twitch side of things because you get the game. It is totally free, and we're having a fun time here. Very competitive here as the Colts are going to start off the shank on the 25-yard line.
Oh. Wait, I actually found that video of the plates of him deadlifting. Nate,
and
the one
that
you're
right there
talking
is not a happy kicker. I don't actually even have a number 12.
Oh yeah, there's not a number 12 on the roster that I see.
There's not a number 12 on the roster.
I think he's a newly acquired
Guys, let's go.
practice squad. Because I think there was an injury to their main punter, if I were to give it correctly. Yeah, Ryan Allen. And it looks like they got a jet sweep with Michael Pittman, who's able to get some blockers. Oh my goodness!
Down to the 2. And here we go. Colts looking to take the lead here and capitalize on the very short field.
Sorry, I'm back. I was watching Derrick Henry's deadlift 600 pounds.
Dude,
was it as incredible? Was it as incredible as we like?
The man didn't even break a sweat.
Oh my lord!
Dude,
Hines in the backfield
he makes
here.
it look routine.
Rivers.
Dude, yeah, Mo Alley.
That's the offensive interference.
Offensive interference. Wow. He just pushed him down like a rag doll.
Oh
no,
my
why didn't he
goodness.
throw the ball?
Yeah, like he's wide
he
open
waited.
right here. Dude, if he throws it right here, that's a touchdown.
Dude, throw it. You're looking at him.
Right there. Oh my god, just put
I
it
agree.
right on him.
He kind of he's gonna pump. He's looking. He's gonna pump, and then he's gonna like.
I mean, yeah, it's like his first read wasn't even over there.
You know what? He actually wasn't looking at him.
No, he
was
wasn't
looking at the
them
other
first.
read. That's what it was. And then I guess that one, his fourth option was just like a back corner fade. But
That was just, come on, man.
And Boiling Cox just. All right, Hines still in the backfield here. The handoff is Hines going left. Hines dives in for the end zone. Touchdown, Colts.
can't believe I let this guy go like 2 weeks ago. Unbelievable.
Did you really?
Yeah.
He is having a field day.
Wait,
A
did you
field
let him
day.
go before or after the Lions game?
I think it was. Well, when was the Lions game?
The Lions game was
Well, not.
I
it
dropped
had to
him
be
2
the week
weeks
before
ago.
it
last.
was
'Cause
last week from
was
this past
Ravens.
Sunday.
Yeah, I dropped
The
him
week-
before
week-
that.
week-
I'm not kidding. I literally had him starting like every single game, and I got like 6 points a game, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
I can't blame you for that.
I mean, he's having a breakout evening tonight. Spectacular.
Well, Jonathan Taylor was getting literally every touch, like the entire season, and I was like,
yeah, and then,
what am I
dude, he
gonna
was
do?
doing like pretty good, like for the first 4 or 5 weeks that I was playing him, and then ever since then he's only been getting me like sub 10 points every week.
I don't really understand what's happening in this running backs room, honestly.
Like, can the Colts just announce who their starting running back is? Like teams announce who their starting quarterback is.
Well, right now, Hines is both a starting running back and wide receiver. He has 11 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown, and 5 catches for 45 yards and another touchdown. This dude is a machine. As we're going to cut to commercial here on the Twitch side of things, and we'll be right back with the Colts up 20-17.
He's got to at least have like 20 plus points right now.
Well, let's just hold on. I didn't do the math in my head as I said it.
Well, you said he had like 11 carries,
6,
and then
15,
he had
21 and 6, 26. He's got 28. He's got 28.
So it's at least 20 points, like I just said.
Yeah, he's got 28. So
Yeah,
if
he's
you
got 28,
were gonna
that's
play
crazy.
somebody for Thursday night, that's the one. Not
Probably
Derrick
could've
Henry
himself.
or Brown.
Or AJ freaking Brown, yeah. Freaking.
I'm actually curious to see if anybody
I am
picked him up.
so pissed. I can't pick him up, of course. You know.
Wait, can I like now pick him up since you dropped him?
No, you can't because we're in the middle of the game.
No, but I don't even think I'd want to pick him up, like again.
I don't know, man. I mean, I would take my chances with him over Jonathan
Except
Taylor.
one thing I
mean,
do
he's
need to
becoming the number one
change.
guy.
Who do I pick up for Edwards-Helaire? He's got a bye this week.
Good question.
Oh well, I picked up like a running. Yeah, it's the running back's gonna be tough because there's like not a lot of options.
Miles Sanders. I mean, if Miles
I already
Sanders
have Miles Sanders on that
Oh, you
team
do?
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Melvin Gordon was available, but there's like I'm not sure what's going on with him. They were like saying.
No, I don't want to play. No, I'm not touching that.
They're kind of like leaning more
Yeah,
towards.
I'm not touching
it.
Lindsey now. Yeah.
There's Lindsey. Right?
Yeah.
Top available in this one is Johnson from Houston, Mike Davis, and Washington Kissick.
Yeah.
I
For
think you get
For me, it
Davis. No?
says DeAndre Swift against Washington.
Well, what's the matchup? Washington is playing who this week?
Houston's
They're
playing
playing,
Cleveland,
Detroit.
and then
Right.
Mike Davis.
Yeah.
So Carolina's
They're
playing
seventh
Tampa.
against running backs.
Carolina. But so you really want to play into the Tampa defense after last week?
Is the Cleveland defense any good?
Well, so that's the one
Against
I bet
running
on.
backs?
I'm betting
I
on
don't think so.
Texans.
Who do they play?
High scoring game against Cleveland.
But I mean, I can also just pick up Ronald Jones and have him play against Carolina, and Carolina are 28th against running backs.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
But then
too.
again,
Wow,
dude,
'cause-
Detroit is 32nd against the run. But do I really trust the Washington football team? I don't know.
I mean, they had a pretty good field day against Dallas one week.
Well,
like
then they
Antonio
just lost
Gibson
the
is.
Giants. I've actually
True.
used
But
their
the-
defense a couple times this season. Washington.
Dude, all they got to do is hand the ball off to this guy.
Dude, their defense is actually pretty good. I mean,
They
low-key.
haven't gone negative. They're one of the few defenses that hasn't recorded a negative fantasy stat line this year. That's
Oh,
why
yes,
I've
sir.
gone with them.
How many teams have gone negative? I can almost.
Well,
I can
the
almost
ones that were
bet the
available.
Seahawks.
Yeah, the ones that were available, because I usually just stream a defense. So like the ones that are available like have negatives, and I'm like, I'm not messing with that. As the
No,
odd
absolutely
Ryan
not.
Tannehill caricature looks a little freaky, especially
And
the
at least it
abs.
doesn't make him look super. Yeah, they put freaking abs on him.
They put freaking abs over his pads.
I
That
still
was
remember when they
weird.
put.
That makes me feel really
Jimmy Garoppolo's
uncomfortable.
arms looked massive one time, but you know.
Derrick Henry, there's the play action. Tannehill gonna go over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Overthrown.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, the amount
Oh,
of disappointment right now, except not.
I can't believe I actually said this guy was possibly an MVP.
Ah!
I did too.
That was
honestly.
right. That was a hot take of yours early in the season.
Yeah, you did say that. I remember
did.
that. Yeah.
I stand by it
But-
though. At the time, he wasn't really doing. He was doing incredible. I mean, like.
I mean, he's still doing pretty
yeah,
good.
he's still
now.
actually doing really well. He's only turned the ball
Only
over
missed
twice.
5 throws.
Yeah, he's
but,
actually
like,
Well,
really
he
well.
he technically missed only 4, except one of them
Yeah.
was freaking dropped. by
and
my
Henry
main
gets
man.
nothing. Maybe
Got
maybe
swallowed
half a
up.
yard there on second down. Third down coming up. This is a little bit of danger zone here for the Tennessee Titans, I got to say. The Colts have momentum. They were given a short field. They went in. They got the touchdown there.
Well, so this
They,
is the. Well, just real quick. This is the problem when you play as the Titans. Sometimes when the score gets flipped on you, you're extremely one-dimensional. You're pretty
Yeah.
easy to stop. This is exactly what the Steelers did. Just, I'm gonna stop the run. Just throw it.
Colts looking not to bring pressure here. It
Got
looks like they will
one-on-one over
rush
the
with
top.
4.
Gotta
Yeah,
get the
AJ Brown.
playoff.
Yeah, you
It's
do,
AJ.
and they do manage
AJ.
to get the
AJ.
playoff.
It's not
Oh,
AJ.
that is
Oh.
well defended.
He actually
Not
he
AJ.
actually had whoever was at the top of the screen on the vertical.
Yeah, that was AJ Brown.
Yeah, he had him
Throw
beat
to
like
him.
the whole way.
Yeah, I mean 26. It wasn't even Xavier Rhodes. It was who was that now?
Look, he's already by him. He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right there, right
Yeah.
there. That would have been 6 right there.
Yeah.
Rock Yassin was one-on-one with him, couldn't beat him and press in. Colts defense was able to get a really great play, really big stop. And I was actually going to mention that too. That's like usually 3rd and long would work completely to the advantage of the defense. Expected points added is always like a great.
Oh, it's blocked!
It's
Oh,
blocked!
it's
The special teams come up
That's a
huge for the
touchdown!
Colts!
Oh my
Touchdown!
goodness! What the heck? TJ Carey with the recovery.
I was about to say, and here comes Daniel, the kicker who just shanked it to try to go and kick this one again. Let's see if he shanks it. I didn't even get to say that.
It was like
it's
pure.
a block.
It was like He was going to get blocked. He knew he was blocked like 5.
He was going to get blocked right there.
It was like
the,
really bad.
The punt protector.
Yeah, it was not protection
37.
at all.
He wasn't even in there. Like that was
like,
solely on the protection.
They literally let
miss that guy.
Yeah, they literally let him run by.
Speed. How about the name? Speed off the edge.
Speed
with the block.
Speed. They're able to get the block off the edge.
And honestly, you have to give him a lot of credit too. He doesn't run into the kicker at all. He actually does a really good job of like just blocking the ball. He doesn't make any contact with the kicker. He actually dove like diagonally. It was excellent.
Although if you block it, I'm pretty sure you can take him out.
Oh no, and that's
Can
legal
you?
still. Like
Yeah.
even if you block it, you can go and hit or do
You can
whatever
take him
you
out.
want to the. Yeah, exactly. And
Oh,
that's
there's that
exactly
$100,000
how
fine for the no mask.
Oh God. And no, this puts the Colts up by 10. We'll be right back.
Damn, I knew I should have taken the Colts. I knew it.
Oh my goodness, what a flip! Hey, this is what we said. Danger zone here for Tennessee, and
Yeah.
look what happens.
I was gonna mention that too. It's like it always works to the advantage of both defense and special teams for the most
Well,
part.
dude, this is the problem with Tennessee. I'm actually
my
kind of
God.
curious if they can come back from this because they're not a very good like come from behind team. They're actually like
I mean, they had their chance against the Steelers, Fran, if you remember. I mean, they were coming down from like 20 plus. They were almost about to win. Unfortunately, they did miss the field goal, but still, I mean, they're capable, but we haven't seen it come through. Of course.
that's got to be the first punt block we've ever seen. Like
On Thursday night,
on
maybe.
Thursdays, yeah.
I think on the season actually.
For the season, for like
Oh,
certainly
no.
for this season, Thursday night football this season, yeah.
I think there's
for
been a
Thursday Night
few.
Football, but there's been
I think there's been a
this
few
season
pump blocks.
overall. Yeah. It's not often you just get to see it live though.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff on Thursday. We saw a fight on Thursday Night
Oh,
Football.
Wait, what was
Last
the fight
season.
again?
That was
The Myles
the
Garrett one.
Myles Garrett
Oh
fight.
yeah, the Myles Garrett fight. Yeah,
It's like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
that was so crazy.
Craziness.
Yeah,
And they're like,
and I
yeah, this
also
is going to
remember,
be the Myles Garrett game. And they got crushed.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. That game.
They actually thought they were going to be able to beat us this year, and we have a quarterback.
I mean, I kind of thought that they would maybe not even just beat it. I mean, not probably beat us, but maybe at least like keep it close. Because like I was not expecting a 38-7 blowout. That was just kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's also valid. That team's weird. What is the record, anyways?
I mean, they're 5-3.
The Browns.
the
They have a
Browns?
winning
The
record.
Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still pretty good, but
Yeah, but they're not going to make the playoffs.
they're probably not. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, if
I mean,
they
think
just
about
keep on
this for a
playing
second.
like crap.
Literally, Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow throughout the rest of their career. Well, never mind. Actually, one of them replaces the Steelers because Ben won't be around, and then we're gonna have to be bad for like 3 years until we get a quarterback. So
Or
never
assuming
mind.
that, like,
But I
the
was going to
defense-
say that they basically will never get to the playoffs because you have Lamar Jackson in front of you and you have the Steelers and Big Ben.
It's going to be tough.
Like it's almost
Although
impossible.
you have more at-large bids now, though. So, right?
What?
You have the playoffs have expanded, so you can take 2 more teams. They don't necessarily have to be.
No, I mean it's
what?
so. Oh yeah, 2 more teams. Yeah, yeah.
You can take 2 more teams.
Yeah. Like 2 more teams total throughout the rest of the like league, but 1 more team in each conference. But yeah, let's go look at this play actually real quick. So you see here they're pointing at 51 over on the middle defender. Then you see
just-
26 on the outside. Completely lets his man go.
Totally on
He
point.
was looking over to the other edge defender, and 37 Amani Hooker didn't even look to go and block the guy's speed, and EJ Speed was able to show his speed, get the block, and create the touchdown. So huge momentum play for the Colts.
And Fran, you were mentioning now this game becomes a little bit more difficult for the Titans. You were saying, when we were at break.
Yeah, I mean, this game basically becomes it's a blueprint of exactly what the Steelers necessarily did when we had to beat the Titans. You get that lead kind of in the third or fourth quarter, and then it's, all right, we're going to pack 8 in the box. Ryan Tannehill, it's up to you to beat us. Derrick Henry is not going to beat us.
And if you're counting numbers, they have more or less 8 in the box at the moment. As Tannehill, gets crushed on there,
my
but does
Lord.
manage to complete it out across Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
Tannehill's
if he's getting
down.
up, buddy.
Uh-oh, Tannehill got killed on that play.
It was kind of a double pancake.
Yeah, I mean that
The
was a
double pancake.
Actually, it was a single
call it double
pancake.
whammy.
Never mind.
Single
Yeah,
pancake.
he just got completely crushed, and I'm surprised.
Surprised
Not that I
they
like
don't
the
call
rule.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say.
Because
It's
like
clean.
they would usually call no, it's clean, yeah,
No,
but they
he
changed the
drove
rule a
down.
couple years ago where you put your body weight onto the guy, and normally they would call 15 yards because of the new rule, but
I bet,
luckily,
yeah.
they didn't yet.
Yeah, but he hit him square. As Henry does manage to avoid that tackle in the backfield, he will pick up the first down out at the 40.
He's
So
just
tough to
trying to
bring him
stiff
down.
arm anybody. These are hilarious.
Literally, it doesn't even matter if there's like a guy like within 5 or 10 yards away from him. He'll just
Oh,
do
wow.
this. He'll just hit the A button. Yeah, but he just got.
Well, yeah,
crushed.
that's
Like,
exactly like the reason why the foul call or that penalty exists. Like he drove the crown of his helmet like into his chest. I'm not like I said. I don't. It's football. Like, I'm not. I don't think that's a foul. But I mean,
by
the rules,
it
I
should be,
think
like,
it was a foul.
thrown. Yeah,
Being
exactly.
Mike Pereira over here.
And that's it. We've hit the end of 3, 27-17. Colts leading. We'll be right back for the start of the 4th. All right, Mike Pereira.
Well, to be Mike Pereira, the rule does state.
Dude,
that
imagine
you
being Mike
cannot-
Pereira. You literally make whatever he makes, and you talk like twice the entire
yeah.
football game for like
I
less
actually
than
would
10
rather-
seconds. For
What
literally
do
less
what
than
do we
10
think
seconds.
Mike Pereira is doing while he's not on?
I think it's all facade. I actually don't even think he's in the studio. I think it's just like a fake backdrop. I think he's at
Yeah.
home.
Oh, it's just that.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't
like,
know.
They always say
Maybe.
that they're at New York. They're always like saying that like the rule officiating
Yeah.
crew is always at New York City. So, I mean, I would probably guess like for both him and what's his name? What is that other guy's name? Dean Blandino.
Dean Blandino?
Yeah, Blandino. He would also be the guy that would be calling in for rule officiating, and they always like say, let's go check in with so
Oh,
and so.
it's Trevor Daniel as well.
Trevor Daniel. Okay.
Isn't Trevor Daniel a singer? I mean, if I'm pretty certain Trevor.
Oh wait,
Daniels,
no. Yeah, no. Trevor Daniels is the singer, but he's also the kicker. That's who it was.
Ah.
Sorry, that was.
Oh.
I was reading something from chat. It wasn't actually directly into the. Yeah, Charlie
Yeah,
Emmons.
yeah,
Yeah, no, completely agree with you. Yeah, he got the he shanked the first one, and then he subsequently got the block wasn't his fault though.
No, the block was not his fault.
It was not his fault
but,
at all.
Like the first one was.
The first one's
completely
100% on him. Charlie.
But at
Also,
that
Charlie,
point,
if you're able
it's in
to
his head,
if
right?
you're able to watch Twitch, you can head over to the twitch.tv /relive sports and watch the actual game footage over there if you would like as well.
Or
So
you
it
can have
says
the
here
both up.
that, yeah, he's a newly acquired punter from like a couple days ago, and Ryan Allen was signed to the active roster, but he got beat out by Trevor Daniel after Brett Kern got put on IR for a wrist injury. So, dude's new and obviously pretty good. It seems like, but obviously just not in one of the kicks.
He was driving for FedEx
He
a
was
few
trying for
days ago.
FedEx.
He was driving. Oh yeah. It says here too. It's like he was driving for FedEx.
Damn.
Imagine working like a daytime
Wow.
job and saying, "Oh yeah, I play in the NFL."
I hope
This
they
is
still.
Henry's best run.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
I'm just
very
saying. I
good.
hope they still got a truck for him. But anyways, if anybody was wondering, Mike Pereira's net worth is around $1 to $5 million. I don't know why I was curious about that.
That's not too bad, though.
It's not bad,
It's not
you know.
bad. It's not bad.
NFL referees make like 200 to 400,000
Yeah, they make such
That's a
big.
pretty
fairly
wild,
big deal.
actually.
Yeah.
for only 16 days a week or 16 weeks.
Well, I mean, they have to go to training, they have to travel, they have to.
Yeah.
Also account for possibly getting hit by players right across the middle.
I'll take that over sitting at a desk for 9 hours a day.
The
Oh, hell
pitch
yeah.
to Henry again, and we're getting the Eric Henry diet here. Not only do I want to know what his workout, I want to know what he's eating. I think is the other one.
Everything.
Dude, I want to get his trainer. I seriously want to work with his trainer and see if I can get big. Like, just give me 365 days.
Honestly, Nate, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think you can teach that.
No, you can't teach it. It's so unfair, man. I mean, the guy's just built different genetically and everything. It just like it doesn't make sense. What's more demoralizing for the defense is that he's bigger than most of these guys,
bigger than most
and
of the
he's the one carrying the
defenders.
freaking ball.
Tannehill to the outside, and that is complete.
Have
That's
you
the first down.
have you watched his high school highlights?
Oh, I've watched his highlights.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
like
that
so.
would be unfair.
It's Madden. It's
No,
Madden.
it
numbers,
is. It
man.
is.
It doesn't
He's
make any
he's
sense.
like actually like a foot taller than everybody and has like 70 pounds on everyone. It's
Dude,
just
I looked at his
stuff.
stats.
Terrible.
It said that he
Terrifying.
ran for like over
Like 500 a game.
5,000 yards. Yeah, like 500 a game or
Yeah.
some crazy stuff like that. He had like 5,000 yards one of his years. I think it was like his senior year at Yulee High School.
And he was
It's
starting when
so
he was a
crazy.
freshman.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
that's the
Oh
other
my
thing
God.
too.
Yo, some people are just built different, man. Let me tell you.
What?
Play action here for Tannehill.
Uh-oh.
Steps up in the pocket at the 40. Still
I
with an
wouldn't
opportunity
run.
to throw it. Going to run this one for 3.
Oh!
Okay. And that is
Oh.
a
Yeah,
flag.
that's a 15-yard. I don't know.
I'm gonna go questionable on this one because the contact actually came from him running into a player on the sideline. Was he
Yeah.
actually pushed into him?
I mean, you could argue that he might have pushed him when he was out of bounds into the player.
Here, Tannehill trying to do his best Derrick Henry impression with the stiff
The
arm.
contact is engaged inside.
That's really
Yeah,
weak because he
no,
lets him go.
I don't
Yeah,
know about that.
I don't have no
actually.
idea. I guess like the forcible action came
He's
in
engaged
when
with
he's
them already.
in the paint, and yeah, he also is kind of engaged.
I
still.
mean, let's be honest here. The only reason they threw that is because he's a quarterback.
oh yeah, because they needed to protect their market
Yeah.
value.
Well,
I mean-
that's going to be 15 yards here. Mark him off and give it to
And again,
Tennessee.
I hate to say it too. I feel like that Derrick Henry was more deserving of a contract before Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, 1,000%. But the problem
You know.
is, running backs are, certain running backs are disposable. Derrick Henry,
Yeah,
not really. I
Derrick
guess
Henry,
you could
no.
say, yeah.
Well,
Especially
that was a
since the man's,
DeMarco
like, built
Murray
like an
issue down in
actual-
Dallas, right? We talked about DeMarco Murray
Yeah,
earlier.
but DeMarco Murray also wasn't like 6'3", 250 pounds.
Yeah, that handoff there to Henry is a fake, and good defense there
That was a
by
really
the
good
Colts and number 38, T.J. Carey.
Speaking
to break
speaking
up
of
that pass.
body build, I always laugh whenever I see people say like the comparisons of like him and his height and his body build to Donald Trump. So they like say 6'4", 265
yeah.
pounds. And they
What?
say Donald Trump 6'4", 264 or something pounds or something like that. Like
Like
who's
I
the
said,
better
some
athlete?
people are just built
What's
differently.
Joe? What's Joe at? What's our new?
Joe?
What's Joe at? Yeah.
He's probably at
What's
least
Joe
6'6".
weighing in at?
It's like
Uh,
what is his bench at?
Right now, Derrick Henry going for the
Oh
first
man,
down at the
King
10.
Henry, man, wow.
I believe Joe's probably a 6'6", but I don't think he's in the 250 range, and he's certainly not
I don't
benching
know if he's
450.
I got you,
6'6".
guy.
I'll
One
have
second,
to
one
look
second,
that up.
one
Okay,
second.
hold on.
He's pretty tall.
I mean, he's a
But
tall
that
guy.
this is a
but-
hold, I think. Yeah, this
Oh
is
my
holding.
god, this is in stones? I don't know what that
Wait, so
means.
no, it says he's 6 feet.
He's 6
Uh,
foot.
Oh,
Yeah.
shorter than I thought.
Wait. Okay, so
There's
it
a
says here. No, I don't care if he's picked up weight. I'm not gonna go judge the man. He's like 70 something years old. 77 actually.
77.
It's gonna be 78 in about 8 days. Yeah, 8 days.
Oh. All right, back him up 10
Anyway,
yards.
Football time. Now
And,
throw to AJ Brown, dang it.
and Tannehill is going to complete. Oh, another one. There's A.J. Brown.
Hey, Cornell, whatever mental state you are in, we don't mind. If you want to head over to the Twitch channel, be more than happy there, and you can actually watch the live game. And you don't have. If this is a great circumstance for this, you don't have the cable provider for the sports, so go to twitch.tv/relivsports, and you can watch the game right there, and we can commentate over it.
The link
Well-
is directly in the description. It is totally free. There are commercials because that's how football works, but you can watch it just like you would if you were on TV.
Well, speaking
And
of
thank you to
mental
the
state, my
NFL and
mental
Twitch for
state-
letting us bring you guys the game.
Oh man,
And Tannehill here in the shotgun. Tannehill going over the middle. Nobody home.
oof, that was kind of dangerous. Well,
That was dangerous, actually.
saying,
That
speaking
was
of
third
mental
down.
state, freaking AJ Brown is giving me a headache. Oh my god.
Mao, check the mics.
Yep. We were just broadcasting on the YouTube side of things there. Whoops. Thanks, Derek. All right, Gostkowski here. This field goal is inside of 50 yards. It is a 44 attempt, so probably a 50-50 chance he misses it. And Gostkowski, okay,
Oh my
there it is.
goodness. What is it with him with sub 50? That doesn't make any sense.
Not going to say that I called it, but the footage is there. Actually, that's a lie. The footage will go away because this game, there is no VOD at the end of this game. So I'll have to go with the YouTube
Probably him
footage.
dropping the F-bomb.
27-15. 27-17, rather. We'll be right back.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, you called it. We were talking about sub 4.
I mean,
sub
dude,
50
that man
yard field
can't hit.
goals.
That man can't
He
hit
can't
anything.
hit anything.
That is really disappointing, I gotta tell you. That is really disappointing.
He's seriously got to be nearsighted, man. I mean, or God,
But it's really just this year it's all like the wheels have fallen off, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen him play this bad ever.
It was Adam Vinatieri to Steven Gostkowski. This dude was an institution in New England. They even franchise tagged him.
Yeah, I know, and he even stayed on the team longer than Vinatieri ever had, if I remember correctly.
Like when you had to go win a game, you walked out Gostkowski and you went and won the game.
Then again, you could still argue that Vinatieri was probably still the better kicker.
I agree with you on that one.
I mean,
It's just kind of sad.
he was also more clutch too. Let's also say that. I mean, he won 2 games in 2001 on last-second field goals, and he won 2 Super Bowls in last-second field goals as well. So, yep.
Man, talking about Derrick Henry and how much he can squat, I'm just thinking about my own lower back and how much it hurts right now.
Get yourself a belt.
Bum data. Well, Cordell, you can still hang out with us, so you can still listen to the call. If you don't got the data, that's fine.
Yeah, just listen to us talk about how much we want to squat and be like Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah.
Wishful
happen.
thinking. Just freaking get
What happened is Gostkowski
Yeah,
missed a
guys,
field
yeah.
goal. Gostkowski missed a 44-yard field goal, so it is still 27-17. Colts ahead. Yep.
So, I mean, you said he hasn't missed for 50-plus, right, this season?
Right. He hasn't missed.
He has
50
not
plus.
missed a single 50-plus yard field goal. That's what I'm
Jesus,
looking
man.
at. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You know what? Tennessee should have literally just taken a 5-yard delay of game penalty, so it would have been or 2. So they would have kicked the 53 and he would have made it. Oh my. All right. Well, another miscue here. So we said at halftime that both teams had played a clean game. There were no turnovers at halftime, and actually it hasn't been the quarterbacks or the running backs or the offenses really being the ones making the mistakes. It's been special teams. And the Indianapolis Colts have capitalized, and that is a fantastic tackle in the backfield, but I think he went high. Face mask.
Yeah, that's got to be a face mask.
This is going to be a face mask.
Ryan Kelly is pointing out to the defense saying, "You can't do that, buddy."
Oh, he goes in.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is clear and obvious.
Tennessee committing the face mask penalty just brings him down by the helmet. Oof.
Is that just like momentum and like you're just in the play that you just continue pulling down from the helmet?
Yeah, I think
Like,
it's
you just
kind of like
can't
you're
really
in the
stop.
middle of the play and you kind of like you get a bad hand placement. Like you never intend to do it, but you do it by accident anyway.
Because I guess at that point, like, if you're gonna do it, you might as well just finish the tackle.
Yeah.
Right, I guess.
You got to commit.
Like you're still gonna get. You're still
It's
gonna
I
like
get
want to
the
see
15.
commitment on my face mask penalties. But that's a free 15 yards, and the Colts will take every bit of it. Colts with extremely good amount of momentum here. As we said, it was danger zone for the Titans. We said that right before they got the field goal, the punt rather, blocked. And here's Phillip Rivers, play action there. Fakes it, Phillip going
Nice
over the
play.
middle, and that is caught.
Yeah.
And that is
Oh,
Pittman.
that's-
He's got yardage. He's got the
man.
25. He's got the 20.
Block,
Still
Mo!
going.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
down to the
Oh
15.
my goodness, he could have had a touchdown.
What is Mo Alley doing? Block.
Can
like
you not
watching it.
block downfield? You have to be careful, right?
No, yeah, I mean, like you have to be careful with how you block, but you
Yeah.
can block.
You're telling me he
Okay.
can't block right now? He literally
Yeah,
has
I
a
mean, like
blocker in front
right
of him.
there, he could have blocked. He could have blocked 24. He's going out on the, I mean, on the drag route and
Do
31.
something. Or like
Yeah.
pick him up.
yeah, I mean, like he could have just
Like,
like
carry him.
pancaked like so easily.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
just
like, right
carry
here.
him forward
Just
for like 10
blow
more
him up
yards,
and bring him
dude.
out of the end zone.
Yeah. Literally twice his size of both of the people that were getting tackled to the ground.
Colts
that
now in
goes
the
again.
in the red zone from the 11, giving it back to Hines, who's had himself a heck of an evening. Hines ahead for 4 yards and
I actually
stood
think,
up.
I actually think
here's
he
my
should have
comment.
bounced
Here's my
that
comment,
outside.
friend.
Yep.
Here's my comment, friend. This is why we don't bring basketball players in the football.
Yeah, that's good. No, yeah, I mean, but actually though, like in like a football brain, like you're carrying the runner, like no matter who it is, a wide receiver or a
Yeah.
running back or a quarterback.
I mean,
well,
shoot,
maybe not
even
the
if he was
quarterback,
like,
but-
way far from the play, you looked for a guy to go and block just so you can see if you can spring a guy free in some
It's
way.
just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Nate, YouTube chat saying that he should have gotten rid of Gostkowski earlier in the season already. Apparently, he's missed 8 field goals so far this season. As Rivers over the middle.
Ooh.
Oh, what a tackle
what a
on
tackle.
Pittman.
Yeah,
Stops him.
that was a little,
Pittman,
that was a little
actually
low.
really good.
Pittman asking to be replaced.
Has to be taken out right now, but yeah.
Maybe a little
I've been
short
kinda,
on breath
I've been
there.
kind of rooting for Pittman to get his opportunity. Well, that's a really good tackle. Luckily, didn't go way too below the belt, but
Oh,
ooh, yeah.
hit in the wrong spot, maybe. That's
Right
That's
there,
actually
really good.
that is as textbook as a tackle you pretty much get to.
Oh no, yeah, it was not too high. It was not anywhere near the
Yeah, it was
knees or
great.
anything. It was not illegal. Really clean, big hit. Now
Phillip
settled
Rivers,
a third and
300
short.
yards so far. Hines going to look for his 3rd touchdown, and they're going to call it timeout. Colts, timeout. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, so I was like mentioning about Michael Pittman. He's been a guy that was highly touted coming out of college. Obviously, he's the son of former NFL running back Michael Pittman Sr., who played plenty of his years with the Buccaneers, including for the Super Bowl championship year in 2002. And he's a pretty good run after catch type of guy. He can make pretty good big possessions over the middle, like he did right there. Besides getting hit below the belt, hasn't scored a touchdown yet, but hopefully he'll get his opportunity to soon. Once he gets more playing time, and hopefully he'll get one tonight.
Don't think we'll see him on this play, though.
Yeah, probably not. He's
And
probably gonna look for a
is
breather.
Rivers on the sideline?
I think they're still talking about. Oh wait.
Yes.
Oh
They're
yeah.
bringing young Brissett here.
Oh wow.
And Brissett is just going to dive in
He's
forward.
in.
It's going to be a touchdown. Quarterback
No,
sneak for
whoa.
Brissett.
Wow.
There you go.
Touchdown Colts.
How about that? I guess when in doubt, you bring in the mobile quarterback to go and do the heavy duty. Yeah, I mean, you saw that there was like a nice big opening space right over on the A gap on the right side, and was able to just squeak on by both the linebacker and the defensive tackle, Simmons and what's his name, Evans, and was able to get right through and get a touchdown. I think it's his first touchdown of the season, actually, for the former starter.
Brissett gets the touchdown. Gostkowski still beside himself for the field goal miss. With Blankenship here, it is about to be a 34-point game. The Colts will have doubled up the Tennessee Titans. Remember, they were down 13-17 at the halftime. They have gone on to score 21 unanswered points and now lead by 17. We'll be right back here as the Titans will try to mount a comeback here on Thursday Night Football.
Wait, has it been 21? Oh yeah, they were down by.
Has to be, right? 13.
Yeah,
They're
it would be.
13
They were
to
down by
17.
17-13. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait. They
I
were
think
down
I
by
did-
no, actually no. It would be 24 unanswered points, because they were down 17-10 at one point.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technicality. Okay, Mr.
Yeah,
Math.
I'm trying to remember my math here. Yeah.
I was doing it since halftime.
No, since halftime, yes, you're right on that. But since the last time that the Titans led, that was the unanswered point. So.
Yeah.
I'm a guy for numbers, so if I wasn't trying to do MIS, it would be either analytics or sorry, not analytics, statistics or finance. So
Wow, I've got Skowski on my team. Thank God he's not starting. Jesus.
Oh, you got him
What?
benched.
Yeah, I have
you got
him
the
benched.
Scalzi on your team.
Yeah, I've got him benched.
Yeah, the missed field goals are so brutal because they represent all this like lost potential, right? Because the swing is huge because you could have had 4 points, but you're down 1, so it's a 5-point swing effectively.
Well, it doesn't at least like nudge you from nudge you away from any points. Like it doesn't like subtract you down, right?
It does. If you miss, it's -1. It should be. In most standard leagues.
Well,
yeah,
let's
if
see
you
here.
miss, you should be losing points.
You should lose a point.
Which platform are we mainly talking about here? Are we talking about on the NFL fantasy
NFL,
or
yeah.
Yeah, NFL.
let's see here. So let's see here. He obviously has made 2 extra points.
And the 50-yarder, so
the
he should have
50-yard field goal.
6.
So he's got 7 points actually. Weird. Wait, how? What? Hold on. I guess.
So it's not
3,
subtracting.
and then that's
No.
5. How?
I'm trying to read.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because he's like literally on my team. He's made 1 field goal. He's made 2 extra points. So
That should be 5 points.
yeah, but
Should be 7.
no,
Should be
because
7.
the one was over 50, so you get extra. So he's at
Oh,
7.
you do?
And then, no, there is no negative impact actually.
Yeah,
There
there's
is
no-
no
there's no
negative.
negative
Oh,
impact.
I've played where there is negative impact.
Yeah, I think I played that too, like on the Yahoo Fantasy Sports app.
Yeah.
That's the only time that I've seen that.
And we're back. 9:21 left here in the fourth quarter. Colts in a dominating position right now. They have blown this game open. Remember, the line was even coming into this, and the Colts were trailing at halftime. I've been corrected, and apparently it's 24 straight points. And so this has just been a snowball effect there as Daniel with the shank, then Hines with the touchdown, and again, the blocked punt here on the very next possession, and the scoop and score. It has just been a roller coaster, and then, of course, the Gostowski miss. So if things can't go much worse at this point for the Tennessee Titans, they're going to try to get back on track. But at this point, they might have to go to the passing game. And Tannehill just broke 100 yards on the previous possession here. And that play is complete for 8 yards to Davis.
Yeah, and they need to start pushing down the field because, at this point, like what Fran was mentioning about, they have not had to be in that many positions where they have to throw, and have to throw is much compared to running it with Derrick Henry. But at this point, they really need to, and I don't know if they're going to be looking at A.J. Brown considering all the drops they've had.
That is Davis again. Yeah, they've really wanted to use Derrick Henry. They were using him and the running game all the way until the last possession before the Colts got their touchdown here to make it 34 points. But you see right here, Henry on the sideline, not in the game right now, as the Tennessee Titans have to get yards, and they have to get yards in bunches here.
Oh.
So actually, Fran, this makes you one-dimensional, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
Correct.
And that's really what you don't want to be at because, as good as a quarterback that Ryan Tannehill is and has been for part of the season, they don't really want to rely on him to be the guy to carry the load for this team. Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. You want to be able to hope to be winning on the backside of him.
It's a great run by McNichols here, right over the middle, out to the 40. Just takes out 2 Indianapolis Colts here. It's about a 20-yard run.
Oof. Yeah. Just was able to see that, but yeah. Good run up the middle. Now they need to start hurrying it up.
McNichols tries again up the middle, gets only about 3 yards there.
At this point, I'm kind of curious. They're running the ball with McNichols, even though he's technically the third down back. I gotta wonder if it's just because they're trying to mix in the run and the pass, or if there's something wrong with Derrick Henry.
Tannehill stepping up in the pocket,
Ooh, he
gets
got hit.
drilled there.
Nice.
Oh, it's a great
Oh.
catch!
Is that for AJ? No, it's not for
It's
AJ.
not.
No, it's for
It's off
Davis.
that
It's
pass.
Davis again. Corey Davis, the tight end, number 84, hauls this one in. Beautiful catch here on the sideline as he was going out of bounds. Tannehill gets crushed again. Oh, look how he puts his forearm down. Presence of mind.
That was a really good catch, really good diving attempts by Davis.
Handoff is once again to McNichols, picks up 8. I think this is just a bit of a different look here for the Tennessee offense. They definitely are going faster. It seems to be working for them here. 2 minutes have burned off the clock since they got the possession. Derrick Henry with his helmet ready to come in, wants his touchdown. As sure as fantasy folks also wanted here. 2nd and 3, 7 minutes to go. Tennessee passing over the middle.
Oh my!
It's a penalty in the backfield.
Oof, he was super lucky right there.
It's going to be a hold.
It's going to be a hold, but that should have been a catch. It was right on his hands, right on his body. That should have been a catch, easily.
Oh, they picked it up. They picked up the flag. Nothing.
Interesting.
I wonder why they threw it.
I guess because there was a little bit of... there was a little bit of contact down the play by Bobby Okereke. I mean...
I'm not sure.
I'm kind of surprised that they did pick it up. I mean, but
3rd and 3. Tennessee's going to have 2 downs to get this. They need touchdowns. They can't afford to kick. Field goals! Oh, careful.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, now they need to seriously go for it because, I mean, you can't afford to just, like, if you're settling for field goals, it'll put you down by only 14 points, but your kicker hasn't gone that well. You're down 17. There's less than 7 minutes left to go. You got to go for this game.
It's a badly thrown ball.
That was kind of telegraphed. That was pretty telegraphed. I mean, Carey was all over it. I don't know what Rivers is yelling at here.
Yeah, I mean, that was also a really good play by Carey. Ran it at the sticks, didn't go anywhere further, and was able to read the stick route. Really
Henry is not in the game here for this 4th down play. Trips receivers to the bottom as Tannehill looking. Tannehill going for the end zone. No, incomplete. All they needed was the 1st down. They went for the end zone. They're going to come out with nothing.
This game is about to completely blow up right here on the face of the
They're asking for a foul, but I let's see it again. I don't know.
Yeah, he's running the corner route, and then he gets kind of tapped at the
There's
top.
nothing there.
That's
I mean, he gets. You can totally see that he grabs around him, but no, like the ball.
Well,
he wasn't gonna get to the ball.
Play.
He wasn't gonna get to the ball to begin with.
No, that was not even a close. That wasn't even close to being a call.
Colts are going to take over on downs. We'll be right back. Yeah, that wasn't even close. That wasn't even.
Isn't it kind of sad that I had to say that they're not going to throw it to AJ Brown? I was like kind of confident in that. It's like, yeah, they're not going to throw it to him. Like,
you think just the drops that they've lost trust with him here?
Yeah, I guess it's just because he's been having an off game. They just like said, yeah, we're going to go to somebody else.
I mean, I don't think he's getting double teamed all the time, but
no,
he's definitely
not. I mean, he's just getting pressed man to man, and I mean, he's very strong and capable of beating it. It's just unfortunate though that because of the drops, they opted that they didn't try to like use him in the game plan, which is kind of like obviously would be frustrating for him and frustrating for all the fantasy owners, including
Did you guys see on that possession? Did everybody go? Did they even have a read there to just get the 1st down?
I wasn't looking.
The first down. No, I didn't really see them much of anywhere else. I mean, I did see them. They were kind of like running a little drag route with the outside receiver, and they had, obviously that corner route. But
yeah, really the 2 receivers down on the right both went for the end zone.
Yeah. But none of them looked open.
No, none of them looked open. I didn't see an option just to get them the 1st down, which I thought was kind of weird. But
yeah, but I don't know. I thought that he probably could have gotten it on Jonnu because, he had a pretty good position over whoever the defender was. Because if he had put it right on his hands, it most likely would have been a touchdown. But, Ryan Tannehill's kind of proving why you doubted him, Ritz.
I mean, I've just never really been a fan. I mean, he got the job done at A&M, and he was exciting to watch. He was like a dual-threat quarterback before Manziel came in. But, the time in Miami...
Yeah, but I don't know.
Unconvincing. I mean,
I was kind of on that, too.
Play them twice a year, and he always just gets trucked because, Miami doesn't beat the Patriots. But here we go. Colts taking over from the 12, trying to put the nail in the proverbial coffin here as they run this one up. And that is about 2 yards for, is this Taylor? Williams. Colts looking good right now.
Yeah, they're looking pretty much all chill right now.
Yeah,
Kind
they're
of
hanging.
proving their point as to why they're like, the best defense, arguably. No, yeah, one of the best defenses in the NFL. Obviously they're only down at 17. Held them to 17 points. They haven't been able to get them to score as much. They've been moving the ball pretty well, the Titans have, but just haven't been able to capitalize on all their drives. And
To give Derrick Henry credit, he did go over 100
Ooh,
yards
nice
on the game, and that is as you said, nice move there by Williams. All right, gents, since this game is sort of, hitting the Twilight Zone era here, let's look ahead to the weekend. Any of the games that you're looking at specifically, you've got your eye on, what have we got?
Well, I think one game that kind of stands out, at least for me, would be the Seahawks and the Rams. This will be the first time that the Hawks will obviously be playing in the new SoFi Stadium down in LA, and they're going to be looking to obviously be bouncing back from their horrific loss of Buffalo. Horrific mainly on the defensive side, and try to be able to get a win, bounce back, and hopefully see if their defense has shown any kind of improvement on that side of the ball and do enough to be able to get the team to win.
As Williams goes up ahead for 3. Yeah, the Seahawks 2-2 on the road. Their only 2 losses of the season coming on the road. The Rams so far in their new stadium, however, are 3-0. So definitely a contending there for the NFC West. Also, I think an interesting, the NFC East has the Eagles at 3-4 against the Giants at 2-7. The Giants coming off a win against the Washington football team. You know what? Do we call it now and say 5 wins you the division? Like,
it's definitely 5 wins win the division at this point, man. I mean,
5 wins is what you need.
Then again, I could honestly say that the Eagles will most likely be the one that eclipse over 5 wins. Everybody else is gonna go sub 4.
Buccaneers and the Panthers. Oh, Fran, you.
Yeah, I would actually say for me the most exciting game this weekend is actually going to be the Chargers and Dolphins. I'm actually super interested to see the
the
rookie
that's a
matchups
good point. Rookie versus rookie
of the rookie matchups of Herbert and Tua. Tua got the best of the last rookie he played in Kyler. Well, not rookie. Second year Kyler Murray. But he got the best of him, so it'll be interesting to see both of these rookie QBs. And both of the teams are Chargers aren't, but the Dolphins are actually somewhat in playoff contention if they actually put some wins together. So,
yeah, it's actually a great call out here. That was kind of a game under the radar, but you are absolutely right. I had Devontae Parker. I was wondering if I should start him.
Well, at this point, because Preston Williams, I think is he's going to be out this week with an injury, and I'm not really
he
sure
is the number 1 option for Miami. But do I really trust Tua here? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I mean, if you didn't trust him last week, and
I
probably most likely trust him this week.
Yeah, if only he's probably just going to get more comfortable and get better.
My problem is I just have too many receivers
on the road, so
I have too many receivers. I have my receiving core is really loaded. It's my running backs that struggle.
Ooh, good cover on special teams.
3 minutes to go here. 34-17.
Can the Titans go down the field and get me a touchdown for A.J. Brown for fantasy's sake? Oh, man.
You want just a giant, huge pass. No commercials here. I think there'll be one final commercial break at the 2-minute warning, and that will be it. There's a Buccaneers and Panthers, the other interesting game. The Buccaneers here at 6-3, going into Carolina at 3-6. I am going to take the Buccaneers all day long because anytime you embarrass Tom Brady like you did on Sunday night, he's going to come out incredibly well prepared. There is no way the Buccaneers lose this game, and you can quote me on that.
No, I mean, as much as I completely dislike Tom Brady, there's no way that they're going to be losing on consecutive weeks. Especially after a disastrous game like what they had back on Sunday night. And it looks like Tannehill's actually off on the sideline. So
he's not even starting.
And A.J. Brown is not even on the game.
Yep, so the Logan Woodside here being put in for the Titans, all but conceding the game at this point. Actually, as I'm looking through the schedule, another game sort of under the radar, but really relevant is Bills and Cardinals. So the Bills stampeding one avian mascot last week in the Seahawks, trying to go 2 for 2 against birds.
Against the birds.
Against the birds, yes.
Oh,
Except the
the
Bills now need to come west, and they will go into Arizona, in Glendale. Do the Bills do it? Like, is Josh Allen for real at this point? Do we believe this?
I mean, he's been for real for most of the season. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of, like, if you guys saw, but he was like the only quarterback the only quarterback this season or in the last decade to have thrown for 400 plus yards and 3 touchdowns and over posting like a 150 plus point passer rating multiple times. And he's well capable of having those games. He showed that in the first 4 weeks, and he obviously showed that to Seattle, considering their defense is terrible. But I think he can definitely put up that kind of showing like Tua did last week, and most likely be able to pull off a victory versus the Cardinals.
Wow, okay, so you're calling for a road win for the Buffalo Bills in Glendale.
I hate the Cardinals, and so
fair. There's some bias.
I mean, yeah,
there.
you do want them to. Yeah, exactly.
I want them to lose, and I want, for pride's sake, for us not to be the only ones losing to them. Because I'm pretty sure that they're now at least 2-0 versus NFC West.
Ooh,
That's
wow. He actually.
That was
Props
a
to
slap.
Sambrailo for not
retaliating or anything.
for not
like
retaliating.
That, right?
No.
Jeez.
And what's the point of you fighting? You're the one who's winning, dude.
That was kind of
Open
weird.
palm, however, so he will not get thrown out. But we'll probably still get a nice fine for that one.
Should get a nice talking to from the coaches too.
Nice little no-no.
And with this, we'll hit the 2-minute warning here. We will take a final commercial break right down here at the 2-minute warning. Come back to wrap things up here in Nashville. Thank you, everybody, on both the platforms for sticking around and enjoying the game with us tonight. It's been much appreciated. As Phillip Rivers looks like he's going to get his 8th win against the Tennessee Titans. He's got 7 of them as a Charger, now 1 as a Colt. And this is actually going to put the Colts and the Titans tied atop the NFC South, but of course put the Colts a half game ahead. These two teams will meet again in about 2 weeks' time, which would basically make it around Thanksgiving. And it actually looks like there will be no commercial, which is kind of neat. So there you go.
Yeah, they're going to go draw this down all the way down. This is obviously going to be a learning point for the Titans. They got completely demolished. They got a lot of things to talk about in terms of having to finish their drives on offense, and obviously for their special teams, they need to address all the issues there, considering the struggles with the punt unit and with Steven Dosowski. So, this is not going to define their season, certainly enough, but they got a lot of questions to address, and nobody really expected this to happen for the Titans. I certainly didn't see that.
Yep, and these are the games that we were actually just talking about. I was about to bring up the Ravens and the Patriots. I do not know why people still insist on having the Patriots in prime time, because their prime time, their marquee prime time member is over on the left side of the screen playing the Panthers this week. So I guess that's going to be the Lamar Jackson show, because I don't expect the Patriots to win. They will lose that again to the Ravens. And then the other one I can't figure out is why people consistently have the Bears in prime time, because as I keep saying, that team is going to finish at or below 500, and they are well on their way to doing that.
I'll answer your questions with money. That's the only reason they're on prime time.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they're massive
history
markets.
standpoint. Yeah, I honestly would say the reason why you see certain teams on primetime still is always historically, everybody likes to look back on those things, and to money, like what Fran mentioned about.
And also that we were talking about there, the Steelers' best start ever, 8-0. We were talking about whether Josh Allen and the Bills were for real. There's their best start there. And Fran, you called out the Miami game, the Dolphins and the Chargers game, incredibly interesting. Great storylines there. Brian Flores and the Dolphins, 4 straight wins since Tua has taken, and looking even better since Tua has taken over as we tick here down below a minute.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very shocked when I heard that Tua was taking over.
Yeah.
And I was obviously I was excited for them to have Tua be playing, but with the way that Ryan Tannehill was playing for the most part, I would have thought that they would have kept him in as a starter.
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick's. I said Ryan Tannehill. But yeah, Fitzpatrick. They both are named Brian, but still, I was thinking they would have kept him in considering that they were winning and they were playing well. But they probably wanted to get him in early on in the action, and obviously he's paying dividends and playing very well in his part.
Yeah, I also think it's you really don't have anything to lose. You just find out if your prospect actually is legit or not. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Ryan Fitzpatrick or anything like that. So, I mean, you pretty much have nothing to lose by putting him in. Let's see how it goes. If he doesn't do well, all right, we got to move on and find a new quarterback.
Yep, as this will most likely be the final play from scrimmage here. The play clock is longer than the actual game clock, so I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be it. As we mentioned, these two teams will meet again. The Titans will have another crack at this, and that game now will be the decider for the AFC South. For now, these two teams are tied, or the Colts have a tiebreaker at the top of the division, both teams at 6-3. A fantastic performance by the Colt special teams, especially in this game here. Gents, your final thoughts?
I just think overall this was the one turnover swing happened in favor of the Colts, and they were able to capitalize on that. And they were pretty much dead even, both of these teams from there. And Tennessee just has the trouble being able to get back by passing.
Yeah, and I think the special teams was really the benefactor right here because, without the special teams and their errors, or at least the special teams and the key plays by the Colts, this basically worked more in their favor than obviously the Titans. So great overall game by the by the Colts, and obviously they proved their worth and why they're pretty much legit in the AFC South.
Yep, one final commercial here. We have to actually let this one roll, so we'll stay live on the Twitch side for just a few more minutes, and we'll finish out the broadcast there once it comes back. Next week, make sure to hit the subscribe on the YouTube side of things, so the heart on the Twitch side of things, as next week we will have the Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks, a game that we are watching incredibly closely.
Yeah, and I will have to hold in all of my emotions.
No, I mean, no, that's part. You're good, man. Just
let him loose.
Let him loose.
I'll try not to drop an F-bomb. I'll say that.
We might have to put a significant tape delay to go for the.
You'll probably have to cut off my.
Cut the mic. Cut the mic.
Yeah. Just watch my reactions, but don't listen to my voice.
Or we'll guess based on the play. We'll be like, oh, there's a high with some machine learning algorithm to be high probability for Nate to say something bad. Mute the mic.
Cut it off. Yeah.
Cut it off. Yeah.
Hit the rage counter probably.
Kind of how they do those the NFL Next Gen stats. We'll use the same stuff, powered by AWS, by the way. We'll use the same stuff there for Nate.
Just based on every single bad play that had happened, there's almost a 99.99% chance that Nate Barkley will go and rage like a crazy madman over the fuckers.
Although we need the training data set, so we'll have to record you this weekend as your reaction.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need the training data set. So.
Oh no, yeah. We'll go and save the data.
Watch
we'll
the
go
sport.
and record it, and then we'll go and process the data for the next game that we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there you go. All right, about to come out of the final commercial here. This is going to be pretty much it for us in just a second. Probably 20 seconds.
Freaking AJ Brown, freaking 3-point.
Yeah, that's
was
unbelievable.
literally
It was-
that was literally it.
1 points.
He went from
The
a possible
dude-
of 3
The
points
dude
to
was
15.
having touchdowns in each of the last 5 games. Like, you
Well-
know, 5 straight games with scoring a touchdown.
Should have had one this time.
He should have, and then he freaking dropped it. Well, that
And
proves
it
my
ends up
argument.
with there's
DK
three. Dude,
Metcalf's
that is a big feels bad.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
is
huge
a
feels
really
bad.
big feels bad.
I'm gonna ask for one of my players, one of my league guys, if they want to go and trade for AJ.
Huh.
I'll
Well-
trade AJ for DK.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, trade a solid receiver who had a crap game versus arguably the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, you may have to do a little more convincing than that.
Yeah, I'll probably have to add in
Yeah,
somebody
add some
else.
money in there.
Either I got to throw in either AJ Brown and whoever else.
That's okay, because as soon as you drop him next week, he's gonna go for 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. Because that's just how it
I'm
works.
not. I'm not dropping him. I'm not dropping him. I know he's a good player, and I'm not gonna go base it off of this one game. That's bad.
Disappointed fantasy owners for AJ Brown and perhaps Derrick Henry, although he did break 100 yards, so at least he has the yardage there. Congratulations to the Indianapolis Colts. 34-17 is your final score from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you very much once again, everybody. We'll see you right back here on Real Life Sports next week for the Cardinals and the Seahawks, the game we've all been waiting for the entire season here on Thursday Night Football. Thank you very much, everybody. Stay safe, and please do all the social distancing and everything, and please be safe. So good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next week.